All right. Oh, that was still loud, even though I turned down the volume before I went live. Oh, that's fine. Cool. All right. I'm just gonna fix up the overlay over here. But anyways, what's up, Jake? How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
How's lockdown holding up?
Just around 2 weeks left, so should be ending soon. You know.
That's nice. You guys still having you fighting the good fight for your freedom?
Yeah. Our cases are coming down now, so.
Oh, well, that's not what I meant. I meant like
I'm not going to any freedom rallies, though.
Are you yeah, so you walking around with like big signs?
No.
No.
It's not me.
Why not?
Nope.
Aren't you afraid they're
I
gonna
didn't
take
want
your
to get
freedom away?
COVID.
Oh,
No, I just
well,
didn't
you know
wanna get COVID,
that's
so.
fair. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I feel like that's an appropriate response. So, but yeah, you do. The kids driving you nuts yet?
Yeah.
Mind you, you're live, so make sure you speak very carefully.
Of course, yeah. No, my family are fully vaxxed now, so for the first day today, in like 8 weeks, they're proper. I've only got my daughter here. My son's with one of my other family members.
Oh wait, really? So everybody's been have received the second shot in 2 weeks past?
Yep.
That's amazing, including yourself.
Yeah.
That's awesome. At work, I'm dealing with the guy Brian that I told you about before. He refuses to like the company is requiring everybody to answer a simple question. Either A, I have been fully vaccinated, which means you've received your second shot or whatever, and 2 weeks have passed. Or B, I either have not received my shot or do not want to share my information. A or B. That's it. It's mandatory. All employees have to answer this question. A or B. That's it. That's simple. He refuses to answer the question, saying that by simply not answering the question, they know where his stance is. But that's actually not the but the rule is you have to answer the question A or B. And it's something that was due like 5 weeks ago. And it was like mentioned at a conference call and emails and whatnot today. Everybody that all these places, da 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 da. And like an email just rolled out today with like his name on it as being the only person at this location that doesn't have it done. And so it was his day off. So it's gonna be fun tomorrow. Listen to him.
Well, I mean, at some point he's gonna have to answer it, and
Oh
he
no,
should
no, no!
probably just realize
he's not going to
answer it.
because this is the way it's going to work out. He's going to refuse to answer it. Eventually, it'll become a term of a condition of employment. He'll refuse to answer it just to get terminated, so he can collect, just to prove that people out there just collect for the sake of collecting. There's one of those.
Okay.
You know, like
I've got a lot to say, but I'll say nothing.
yeah. Because there are people that genuinely need to collect, and obviously, you know, so on and so forth. But you're like, no, there are people that just collect because they can. They're just making money doing nothing because they can. And these people are wrong, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. So I refuse to answer this question. So it becomes a term of employment, so I can get fired, so I can sue for unemployment, so I can collect.
Damn.
Hey, look. Logic hurts my soul.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, doesn't that hurt? Doesn't that make you feel like less of a human, having heard it?
Yeah. It's one of those where you just you gotta keep your mouth closed, otherwise you'll say something you regret.
Exactly. I'm just like, okay, ha 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 ha. But seriously, it's one of those like, there are people out there just cheating the system. That's why the system exists, so people could cheat it. I hate those people. I'm totally going to cheat the system. I'll prove them. Okay. And recently we just got into a huge debate because he's a father, like I am, and so we're talking about whether or not vaccines should be mandated. And I'm like, once it's proven to be safety and efficacy for all children, so on and so forth, it's going to be mandated in schools just because of the epidemic. Da 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 da. And so his argument was, I think it should be the parents' choice, not like the government. I'm like, your kid's got measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox. Actually, your children are the first children I ever heard of that also got HP. What's the one that gives cervical cancer? HPC, HPPB. I don't know. I got out of the dating game before.
I know what you're talking about, but I
Like,
don't know what it is.
Right when it flared up and became a thing, I was like, I'm in a long-term relationship and getting married. So it didn't affect me, but HPV, thank you. Like, it was one of those things I remember seeing commercials about, but it didn't affect my life. So, but HPV vaccine, all this stuff, all mandated, right? And he's like, yeah, those should be choices as well. And I'm like, so you want polio to come back? He's like, no, you just can choose to. I'm like, so you want polio to come back? Like,
Yeah.
we're literally having this like argument about whether or not like pre-existing vaccines should then be unmandated. I'm like, oh boy, this argument got weird. Oh well. Anyways,
Well, that's what it's like to live in the land of the free.
I mean, that's not what freedom means. And but okay, sure. You send to check for minefields. I don't believe in euthanizing. I don't believe in euthanizing. Just because you're dumb doesn't mean you can't procreate. It just means you shouldn't. That's all. You have a moral obligation to humanity, even though you're going to live your own life. That's freedom. Okay? It's the freedom to not be euthanized. All right. Hi, Jake.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah? So
Hey, how are you?
You're holding on to sanity? You're waiting for about 9 days from now when they extend lockdown by another 5 weeks?
No, we'll be good.
Is
They've
that
said
what you have to tell yourself?
it's a hard date. They've said it's a hard date. That's what's happening.
You know what,
Once we reach 70% double dose, they're opening.
Sure. Yeah. By the way, it's crazy that you guys, okay, because your population's so small, but you're so spread out. The fact that you guys can hit 70% double dose is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
like we don't have that in any states here, I don't think. Give me 1 second. Rates of vaccination in the United States. 1 second. So let's see. Updated as of... Oh, this is annoying. I don't like this chart. Here we go. Fully vaccinated. So, oh, this is, I don't even know what website I'm on. This is terrible. Not what I want. I'm so sorry. I am not on the website that I want to be on. This is terrible. So as a country, we're at 65% at least one dose, 56% all over. But for states, fully vaccinated, by percentage. Oh, Puerto Rico did it! Woo! They're not even a fucking state, and Puerto Rico did it. Oh my God! Some love to PR. Oh my God, love to PR. The PR is 70.1% fully vaccinated. That's amazing. They're the first ones. That's incredible.
That's good.
That's really good. They're the first ones. Oh my God.
What's the second?
Second highest is Vermont, with 69.3% AO. Mind you, that means the number of people in Puerto Rico that are fully vaccinated are 2.24 million. The people in Vermont are 433,000. So like less than a sixth the number of humans, but in a lower percentage as well. Then it goes Connecticut, then Maine, then Rhode Island, then Massachusetts is actually dragging in, if you talk about states, fifth, but overall sixth, with 67.8%, which is 4.67 million. Which is funny enough, that's actually more than all of the people above us combined if you don't include Puerto Rico. I didn't realize Puerto Rico was that densely populated, but it must be huge. So, or very densely populated. Then Guam comes right after Mass. Oh man, that's rough. And then the drop off happens. Anyways, we're not here to just sit around and talk about back stats, but we actually had a region of our country finally hit 70%. There you go. Vid, you cannot say we're that awesome when you don't live in Puerto Rico. Like you can't take credit for a place that you don't live. That's not how it works. It's okay if you're from there, but if you're not there, you don't get credit. You know what I mean? All right. She's about to throw facts at me like, motherfucker, I've been living there nonstop for like the past 17 years. I'm like, oh shit. Anyways, are you ready for this? The Puerto Rican parade wants a word with you. You don't want no pride flags coming your way. Means you lost the fight. All right, Jake, are you ready to lose miserably, to be the clan that gets utterly destroyed, and then you more or less just become a live spectator of the rest of the campaign? It's like playing a game of like Settlers of Catan. Like you're just so outmaneuvered, you're literally just stuck there for hours watching the game end.
Well, that sounds fantastic, Scott. You've really got me pumped for the session. Adrenaline flowing. So, yeah.
If you want, I can invite Anno. He can pump you up.
All right. Yeah.
He's Eastern European,
good.
so you know. All right. So while I was talking crap at you, you got some pity.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with pity, or are you a man that rises above it?
I'll take pity.
Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Jake.
Yes.
I feel like you're a man that rises above the pity.
Not in this scenario. I'm definitely not.
General chat and Discord. Okay. No need. Oh, I'm also getting banned. A quick play of, I don't even know what Josh is playing. I don't even know what game that is. So I don't think I'm missing it. I don't even know what it is. Huh?
I think they're playing Overwatch.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never played Overwatch. I've watched Rena play it a little bit, but it looks like just another FPS. FPSs are fun to play, but not fun to watch for me. Because I'm just like, you're going the wrong way. You're spinning too fast. You're spinning too slow. What are you doing? Aim. Ugh. You know what I mean? Just give me the controller.
Can't get those 360 no scopes going slowly, Scott.
All right. So we should start. We need to begin the ending of
sure?
Densho. Oh, I mean, I don't mind. It's still 9:27. We can get some Daelric live up in chat. Or is that what emote is that from? Where's that from? Is that Lost Initiative 1 or? I don't even know. Oh. Yeah, I feel like I made it one on Daelric as well. Either that or I need to make it one on Daelric. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways. You good to go, Jake? You seem like you're stalling, like you're nervous.
Good. Yeah, just a little tiny bit there.
Chad, should he be nervous?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay.
Save the best for last. All right, there we go.
Is that your pep talk? Is that how you get yourself amped?
That's exactly right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should agree with me now, so I can really feel it.
Oh shit! You know what I realized? I literally, first of all, Xylamos, thank you so much for the 1560 gifts. I totally did not turn off double daddies. I will do that if we take a break, which we haven't been during these. But if we take a break, I will totally turn that off. All right, so listen, I want you to know that since I started talking crap to you, you've gotten some pity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Luck have been tossed your way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Nah, I was a bit worried about good old sellout taking all of the luck, but looks like people are coming through. So.
Unfortunately, you also received a Winifred's.
Oh, I needed that one, especially.
That was from Xylamos specifically.
Thank you, Zalamos.
Yeah, Xylamos is
Appreciate it.
Xylamos is a fan of the Densho clan. All right, so are we ready to get started, Jake? Would you like to recap what happened last week for you, not the other two?
You're talking about Pete?
Joey, I think we have Do we have 2 or 3 level 5s? Wasn't there a 3rd level 5 that happens like that night on my birthday?
Now you owe us 2 for Inclame because I wrote it in.
Yeah, but I might just
But I don't know about
ignore
the
them for
rest.
Inclame and use them somewhere else.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to do that. Definitely not going to happen.
What if I use them for Warmonger instead?
Well, you just said there's another 3, so.
No, including that. So 3. I think there's 3 level 5s that are already done. There was 3, but one. But gave one to Jaek. Gave one to Jaek. That's right. Oh, that's right. Gave one to Jaek specifically to level a character from 3 to 4. Correct, Joey? I think that's right. Cool. And the other 2 are specifically for Inclame because it happens during Inclame. And Jaek here is not gonna. He's gonna like hold on to it like a baby with candy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, one happened 2 weeks ago, and then there was one from last week, and you just keep forgetting to poll. So
I never forget my poll. Right here. All right. So all right. Just to catch this back up. Thank you so much, Roz of 100 bits, Steve for the gift sub, Anno for the 420 bits, probably because you're 420 no scope joke, and then 300 bits from Rozin again. All right, so sir, go ahead, tell us what happened for you, your last session, and then you can remind us what Pete.
I mean, I can't remember 3 weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, let me remind you.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, well, last session I definitely remember that happening. I think I smashed a chandelier and then did the Densho dubstep to raucous applause. It was great. Then someone was talking a lot of shit when they got a smack, and that was my session basically. I'm pretty sure. I don't think really anything else of interest happened for me.
I mean, you're not very interesting. I'm sorry. Comes from the land down under.
Oh, thanks, bro.
It's okay. We love you though. All right. So, the greatest invention of humankind. Do you guys use Coleman down there, by the way? Like, what's the number one brand of cooler do you use?
I don't know.
Like, if you think of a cooler, what brand is it? Like, what is like that's the cooler?
I don't know. I have one. Everyone has one. I don't.
It has a
just
label
the same one
on
I've had for like 10 years.
Oh, is Esky actually a brand?
Probably.
Oh, so you actually call it by a brand name, like a Band-Aid, or like a Tylenol?
Probably. They're just Eskies, so probably.
Oh, and apparently you call Packies bottle shops.
What'd you say?
Packies. You call them bottle shops.
What's a packy?
So this isn't. It's funny. I hate when people refer to American stuff as Yank. I'm like, fuck you. Yanks are specifically New England, okay? And we have our own language separate from the rest of the country, right? So when people are like Yanks, and you're referring to somebody from like, I don't know, Michigan, you're like, go fuck yourself. They're not Yanks. Like, they're American, sure, but they're not like the original, they're not OG American. Anyways, a packy, referring to a package store, is in reference to like where it is that you go buy alcohol, right?
Yeah.
So you guys call them bottle shops? Is that what I Googled?
Yeah, well, we just call them bottle O's.
A bottle O?
Yeah, bottle O.
Okay. Bottle O, Packy, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny, when I first talked about Packies, I was on Ollie's channel, this is years ago, and he was like, dude, don't talk about that. And I was like, what the fuck? What? And he thought I was being racist. He thought, he in his mind, he thought I was referencing, we called package stores Packies because Pakistani people works there. I'm like, what the fuck?
What
line of logic did you go to get there? I'm like, that is not at all. I was like, what? I was like,
looking at the floor.
Seriously, I was like, how did you walk that path to get there? He's like, yeah, I don't know, it makes you uncomfortable when you say that. I'm like, dude, it's a packy. It's a package store. A store where packages are a packy.
That one took me by surprise. Not gonna lie.
It took me by surprise. It's a word that I was using. He was like, bro. And I'm like, no, that's not its origin. Like categorically, no. Like, well, it sounds pretty problematic. Maybe it shouldn't be used anymore. I was like, let's take it back a step. I've never heard that term be used as a racial slur before. So, moving on, because this is getting uncomfortable. Right side almost big oof, splash. Okay, let's get to the game, because I was like, it's problematic when you say it with a British accent. You know, like, right? It's like when American drops a C-bomb, right? It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
no, dull that knife. Like, you know, like, ooh. All right. Should we get to the game?
Yeah.
All right.
What's the time?
9:35. We still got 25 minutes if you want.
Yeah.
It all depends on how much time you want to ruin your kingdom without
I'm trying to put it off. All right.
Yeah, that's selling
put
Nikira
that
like
off for as long as possible.
Stella actually totally is a sellout, and he left us. He abandoned us today. And Nick, I think, is just enjoying the day off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is, as he should. I actually get to chill with Nick next Sunday. Like I hung out with Josh yesterday. When you gonna come hang out?
I'll be there eventually. No, maybe when the country opens back up and stuff.
When your country won't excommunicate you for leaving it?
I can't leave it. They locked the airports down.
Yeah,
There's no flights going out of the country.
Get on a plane? I mean, get on a boat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just like hop on a boat. Do they lock down the seaports as well?
A small little tinny, and I'll jet me way over there, shall I?
Did you call it a tinny?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. So let us can I steal someone's BP? No? Wait, what? Steal usually means take to yourself. You can't like steal BP from like Densho and give it to like Lashev. Right? Jesus, now, oh my God, I saw that funny news article about the guy standing on the edge.
How that was so good. I read that too.
Oh my God, that was funny.
What was his name? What did they call him?
Oh, I don't remember. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Jaek is not battling quite just yet. Oh my God, it was so funny. All right. Why don't you regale us? I just had a huge piece of cake, by the way. Why don't you regale us with a what happened with Pete, and then I'm gonna put this in the fridge, which will take me less than 30 seconds, and we'll actually start the session.
Let's see. All right. Well, Pete was doing very well in his normal way. His advice was being listened to, and he returned to his room to find someone repeatedly knocking on the door, but there was nobody behind the door. So starting to get rather annoyed, he then turned around to find a giant devil standing behind him, who proceeded to belittle him and put him down and make him feel really insignificant. And then offered him a deal.
Wait a second. Who was that? Who visited him? Was it Nick?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Right. Look, believe it or not, that's Nick.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Right, and then so he made Pete an offer, and it was going to be one of those offers, you can't refuse. But then all of a sudden, he channeled his inner. I don't know anyone that refuses an offer in The Godfather, actually. So channels something, and he stands up for himself, gets a bit of a spine, and tells the devil in a shaky voice to go and fuck himself, basically. And then the devil proceeds to say, "If you ever talk bad about me, I'm going to kill you." Now Pete doesn't know what to do, and Pete's forever changed.
Forever changed. The thing is, I mean, I'm genuinely curious. How you end up role playing his alteration. I don't want you to reveal anything today. It's not happening today, but I want you to contemplate that for when it's finally time to play as Pete. And how
I'll give you one spoiler if you really want.
I think they're gonna have to beg for a spoiler. So they'll have to beg for it. I mean, Joey's really good at his knees, so it's possible that we're asking. You know what I mean? So begging even.
I'm looking forward to playing Pete though. It's going to be fun.
By the way, guys, the spoiler is Jake's not playing as Pete anymore. Every time after now that Pete is role played, it's his daughter sits in the chair and plays as Pete. He's reverted into a young lady. So
yeah, that's it.
All right. So let's actually go.
All right.
When you guys when you actually so picking things up where they left off. This actually takes place again while the other clans, while the three of you are still in the north, visiting the northern clans.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to get my coffee cups. Oh no, that's not true. I got them. I'll make me survive the night. This happens while the three of you are still up visiting the northern clans, each of you bringing with you your different individual peoples. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that goes on during the time that you're gone. So we're going to want to start things off with doing your stability check. Remember, the stability check takes place. You're not there, right? You've already been gone. So the stability check takes place, I believe, while you are there.
Yeah, Cell was saying that the stability check is before the modifier is taken off.
Correct, and then we remove you for everything after the initial stability thing, right? Cool.
Yep.
So let us do that. So Clan Dead Show. Again, sorry everybody, it's ugly, just because we're doing the solo session. So it's ugly in the solo session. But you're looking at Jake. What do you expect? So the Clan Den Show, where you currently stand, you actually have one unrest. All three of you are going into this with only one unrest, which is not bad at all. Your control DC is currently at 38 because you have a weak kingdom, and economy 32, loyalty 38, and stability 43. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're actually the best suited economies, otherwise the best suited kingdom out of all of them. Like you actually have some pretty solid numbers for loyalty and stability, whereas the other two are lacking in those areas.
Cell is higher than me, I think, on everything.
But he's also a month ahead of you.
I don't know what you're doing.
He's a month ahead of you.
Yeah. Read me those numbers again, please. I gotta put them into the sheet.
Si, senor.
38.
Yep, 32, 38, 43.
38, 43. All right.
So, hello, Silencio with his 200 bits. So why don't you go ahead and roll for me your stability check.
That's upkeep, correct?
It is upkeep. Yep, yes, sir. Is that a natty 20?
Yeah, that's a good time for a natty 20.
So natty 20 in this is supposed to count as a plus 10. Unfortunately, darling. A natty 20 doesn't really help you in the upkeep phase. So if you had additional,
No, it doesn't.
If you had additional unrest, I could potentially remove that, whatever it is. But instead, it just removes one unrest. That is not when you wanted to roll the that gorgeous natty 20. So go ahead. We'll change your unrest back down to 0. It's funny. I actually thought Sal was going to be here today. I didn't know until just before I went live that he wasn't, which is fine. By no means did he have to be here. But I actually had something for him to do today. And
did you?
Yeah, I actually had a specific thing for him. That just means next week Cell gets a lot more extra attention. So
no, he'll like that.
Oh yeah. No. Crit on stability. If you pass, you get 1 BP. If you crit, you got a D4. But the problem was he already had unrest. So what you could argue is that it removes 1 unrest, or if you crit, it removes, like, say, 2 unrest or whatever it is. Or if you only had 1 unrest, you could argue you remove the 1 unrest down to 0, and the crit gets it so he just earns 1 BP anyways. But the additional BP thing you guys are talking about all assumed that he was already at 0 unrest, was already earning BP. So I'll be nice and say, Jake, the crit counts as though you passed twice, so you just get 1 BP from this.
Oh, thanks.
So I'll increase you to 21.
Thank you, chat, for helping me out there with that.
I just know how tight you're gonna be gripping your ankles in a moment, so which is fine.
Can you?
What's the matter?
Nothing is the matter.
Okay, good. I was worried for a moment there that you weren't going to enjoy it. So the if you want to change your stats and roll 20, 33, 39, 44, and we can get this puppy started.
Yep. I will need to, like, are we going to take the do you want to take the modifiers out now?
Yes, we'll work through that right now. Yeah, it's funny. Josh made a reference to you. What happened? We were apple picking yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, Josh, do you wanna?" I don't know. I was like, "Grab this kind of apple or something like that." And he's like, "I don't know." He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh, do you want another apple?" And he's like, "No, I'm good." I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Don't try to Jake me. Don't try to make me second guess every decision I make." He's like, "I know what game you fucking play." And well, he didn't swear because the kids were around. He's like, "I know what game you play." I was like, "So you want another apple, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll take that."
Nice.
He referenced
Take it in the room, okay?
So you, sir, are we're gonna remove Varix. Varix is gone. Who is taking over as kingdom while you're gone?
It is Saren.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'm an idiot. I'm saying yes, but that's actually not what I mean. Next thing you do is you pay consumption, which for you don't have your current consumption currently set up. Your consumption is -2, but were you building any buildings? Yeah, you do. You have 5 BP for your
yeah.
castle.
Are we already up to build, like, the building stuff?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Never mind. Ignore me. Even though I just did this the past 2 weeks, I'm an idiot. Then it's fill magic item vacancies. Do you have any magic item vacancies? You
I don't know
do.
what that is.
Robe of so you have to do first you have to ask somebody in chat to roll a D100.
Steve.
Okay, and then ask somebody else to roll a D100 after them, assuming it's a 51 or higher.
I don't know.
Okay.
If she's still around.
Anno, yeah, she's here. Ooh, all right. That's a potion. Ask somebody else to roll another D100.
Joey.
Okay. And what Joey rolled is nothing yet. Joey's on like a delay because he always watches on like a cell phone or a tablet or something. So he gets that mobile delay. So we should just pretend like Joey's not here. Just like ignore him. That he might be watching the stream while playing Overwatch with Josh. It's very, very possible.
All right. Well, in that case, let me bring chat up for a second. Zalamas, please. Well, you already rolled it.
He's trying to do it in roll 20, like it counts. It doesn't count.
I see.
By the way, what he rolled was remove paralysis. And Zalamos rolled a bear's endurance. So we're gonna do bear's endurance because paralysis is more fun for me as a DM. You get bear's endurance.
Okay.
Potion of bear's endurance. I'm gonna add that's Clan Densho. That's funny because you also have another potion of bear's endurance and remove fear already on your sheet, which is hilarious. Oh shit. Cool. You like being beefy. All right. After that is going to be, I finally get my groove. Modify and rest, which you have 0, so we don't need to worry about it. Now we're going to do assigned leadership. Now is when we're fiddling with things. So we know Varix is going to, you're already writing it down there. Who is filling Varix's slot?
Saren. Or Cooley.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
But the cool thing with Saren is they actually don't switch roles. They just stay in their role and fill that slot. They just stay exactly where they are, doing exactly what
Yep.
they do, and they're good. So there's no checks or anything that you make either. You actually don't even roll anything. You just succeed. And you brought Aurorum with you, which means you have no high priest. Are you going to use one of your empty slot tokens? Okay, Steve. Hello. 10 gift subs.
I don't think
Thank you, sir.
Aurorum has one, so I can't.
Oh, shit. Does he not? Oh, you gave one to Blue Aether. That's awesome. And Math Queen. Let's look. I don't remember when Aurorum stopped being supported, so. Nope. He does not have that ability, so.
Oh, we minusing 6 to stability.
Hold up, though. Lore Keeper. No. Magister or Counselor. So, yeah, you're Aurorum, you're not only minus 6 to stability, you're also.
Because Mara could actually step into that role.
What role?
High Priest.
No, she can't.
No, she can't, but like RP wise, probably could.
I mean, would you switch her role? Do you want to make that check and everything?
No.
Or? Okay.
No, I'm not switching her role.
So then that's 2 stability, 2 loyalty, and 6. So it's an 8-point swing. You don't need to put it up. Did you write it somewhere? The -6.
Yep. I didn't write it anyway. I put Aurorum what he offered.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
you know, -2 and -2. And during the upkeep phase, unrest will increase by 1, and that'll be next turn. So you'll be fine with that. Just be 1 unrest next turn. That's not a big deal. Cool. So now all of your negative modifiers have been applied. Where you? Oh wait, hold on, Varix. Now all of your negative modifiers have been applied.
Right. Can you read me the thing again?
33.
Yep.
27. 33.
Mm-hmm.
You have 0 auto passes.
So 33, 27, 33.
Si, senor. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Because I'm sorry, Anno. It was done while we were on the not that page. You know, I clicking back and forth. Sorry. No, actually you didn't see that.
Alright, so they're all in.
Okay, cool. Now let's actually get into your shit. Let's get into the fun part. Are you going to claim or abandon any hexes in your current state? And let me put on the map. Oh, you're actually already there, so we just didn't bring it to viewers.
I don't think so. Actually, we might claim 1. This one.
Oh. I dip my toes into the sand.
Yep.
No?
Nope. But we'll claim that. We'll claim 1.
Sure. Which one was it again? Paying it for one more time. Gotcha. Okay. That is what you choose to claim.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget, we got to do exploration in the future to be able to do this stuff. But I know you people have been patrolling that area well enough that I wasn't worried about it.
I have a fort on the hill that's like right next to it.
Exactly. So which is why, again, I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. Because sometimes exploration means clearing it out. All right, so you claim that. That costs you 1 BP.
Okay.
And are you going to want to do any improvements?
Um. mm, mm, mm.
Chat, you
I
bought him that free
don't
one.
know if I can.
Also, what kind of land does that count as? Does that count as desert? Because it's barren lands. It counts as desert.
Yay.
Yeah, that's fun. It's not plains, baby. That's desert. That's the barren lands. That's the
Yep.
place of no life. That's where everybody hates you.
Shut up.
All right. So, anything else? Any improvements you want to do?
I might build a farm, but I need to see how much I have left. That's the only thing.
Your
After the buildings
consumption's
come
still
out.
-1, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
Miles Alamos. That was the simple response to my comments and criticisms.
Yeah, we'll probably build another farm, but just I need to see how much BP I have after the buildings.
Technically, you have to do it first. Is there anything that you really want to do? So, if there's a farm, let's talk about farm for a second. Why would a farm even be worth it? Do you have a granary?
No, I don't. Which maybe I should actually just try and build a granary.
Yeah, because if you don't even have a
I don't know how
granary, why build another farm? You know what I mean?
Yeah. How much is a granary? Is it 6 or 12?
12, but it's 6 times 2 months.
Yeah. All right. I'll probably build a granary, to be honest.
Okay.
So I won't do any terrain improvements then.
Okay. So you'll start a granary instead, no terrain improvements. Moving on. Let's go back to kingdom stuff. After claiming X's, terrain improvements, it's then the buildings. So right off the bat with the buildings, Kabe, you owe 5 BP for your castle.
Yep.
Which reduces it to 7 months. You also owe over in Nochi, you have 5 BP
Another
for your
5.
other stockyard, which
Bring
means
you
that
down
it
to
just
10,
becomes.
and it completes it.
Yes, it does. Si,
Yeah.
senor. Which means
I now have 10 metal farms.
yeah. Where's your stockyard? Is it this one here?
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3 convert. So let's look at this over here. Yeah, 3 of them convert over, which brings your consumption back down to a -4.
Yeah.
Which is so sexy. Like, that's incredible. So even if you built a stockyard, you're still like filling it up. Like in one round, it would be almost done. So like if you want to start a stockyard now and pay the 6 BP, I don't know if you could afford that. Pay the 6 BP, and then next
Are you talking
turn.
about another stockyard? I have 2 stockyards now.
I'm so sorry. I'm at a farm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, now if you built a farm, next time, sorry. Yeah, if you build a farm, the next time you'll have what? Consumption -7. It would instant fill it. You actually don't even need to do that yet. Not unless you were starting 2 granaries right now, would it be worth building another farm?
I wouldn't be able to. I only have 10 BP.
Cool. Let's move on. So after that, so any other buildings you're working on?
Yeah, actually, it's my shrine is being upgraded into a temple.
Where is this?
Remember the broken chain lady? I think I wrote it somewhere. Yeah, broken chain upgrading shrine to a temple.
Oh, that's right. She's covered what, half the cost?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see how much that costs to do. I got it for you. Shrine. Okay, so shrines cost 8 BP, temples costs 32, so it's a 24 difference. So she'll pay half of the 24, which is 12, right?
Yep.
But the way that it works to build a temple, I don't have that book open. Do you? I assume not.
I do not either.
Yeah, I gotcha. Complete rulership. Yeah, rulership. Okay. right here. So building a temple is 8 months at 4 BP each. Building a shrine is 2 months at 4 BP each. So in theory, that's 6 months at 4 BP each. That's how long it takes to upgrade.
Okay.
So she will pay half and you will pay half. So
Yep.
right now we just go, where's your shrine? Hold on 1 second. So your shrine right now, where is it? Am I dumb? Yes, I am dumb. There it is. No comments there, no comment. Temple.
She wanted to build it across.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
It's all right. You were the one that told me, but so I thought I'd remind you.
No, you're fine.
She wants to turn it into like a little district cathedral at some point.
That's right. Temple, and what do we say? It was 6 months 4 BP. So this is gonna be 5 month 2/2 BP. Okay.
Yep.
That looks like it makes sense, I think. Does it make sense to me? I think.
Yep.
One day it'll make sense. Almost there. There we go. Almost there. I'm being anal. There we go. Temple 2 month, 5 months 2 BP because you're already doing 1 right now. So you spent 2 BP already. Bringing down from a 10 down to an 8.
Yep.
Just did it. Cool. And eventually that will be done. For now, it's still considered a shrine, though. You still get all the benefits of the shrine for now. So I just sort of check and see what's going on. So get the benefits of the shrine for now. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
After that, any other buildings you're starting, working on, anything like that?
We'll start a granary in Nochi.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Near the stockyard. Any of those squares near the stockyard. Hang on 1 sec.
Sure. Let's see. They do like this. Copy, paste. This just means that the hexes are claimed. Yeah, this just means the hexes are claimed right here. And you said want to do another stockyard. Oh shit. This one. So we'll just do granary. There's going to be what is it? 6 BP 1 month. Okay. That's probably spelled wrong, but that's fine. Cool. And you already spent the money for the 6 BP for the granary, or no? You did not, did you?
No, better take it out now. I should have 2 BP.
Yep. You do. Cool.
Yep.
Now let's just use this awesome setup that Sel had designed for us to use. Buildings for next turn. We know that you're spending 2 and 5 and 6. We know that next turn you're automatically spending, what's that, 13 BP? So buildings is instantly expenses 13 BP. Done and done.
13?
Yeah. Castle's 5. Granary is 6. That's 11 plus 2,
granary
4.
is 6. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we go.
And then things get easier. So now you know you're spending 13 no matter what next time. So good luck.
Okay.
All right. After that, we're done with buildings. After that, you know what I should do? No, it's fine. So after that would be, this is when you are going to do anything army related. If you're doing training, creating armies, splitting them, anything like that, disbanding them, which I don't think you're doing. So then it leads you straight to edicts. Are you changing any of your edicts?
We are not changing any edicts.
Your general, shouldn't this right here, the general attribute, be based off strength because he has a feat?
It is based off strength.
Not the thing I've highlighted right now on the core page. If you look at the kingdom page, you see me geeking out over there in the corner?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about?
No.
It's this area I'm highlighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it? like this
Oh
area.
yeah,
Right?
I don't know. I don't know why it says that.
So isn't that also supposed to be based off strength?
Yep.
What's his strength score? +5.
5. Yeah.
Cool. So you can have a maximum of 11 armies.
Okay.
So you're aggressive right here. I could drop down to pacifist. They have 0 armies. Wow, how is it so? Why 0? If you go to peaceful, you can still have 3 armies. Why is it 0? That pacifist could still allow 1 army. Out of curiosity. There you go. So if your leadership was better, they could do it. Sorry, just checking something out. So if you have leadership score of at least 23, you can do it. Or if this is a 6. Now even if it's wow. You have to have wow. If you have an attribute modifier of at least an 8 or a leadership score of at least a 23, to be a pacifist with 1 army. That's crazy. Cool. So you're currently still an aggressive. Would you want to stay an aggressive? Would you want to try to change that down to normal?
Well, you're changing it down to normal. You know what? We'll actually change it to normal. It means I still get what? How many armies?
7.
7. Yeah, I probably should just change it to normal.
Okay. So for your clan to change it to normal, it's gonna be a loyalty check.
Well, you can fuck yourself. I ain't doing it. I thought you could do it 1 step for free.
Your clan?
You are going out of your way to try and punish me this session. I'm going back to aggressive. I'm not doing no loyalty checks. Nothing.
Your clan.
Yep. Staying in aggressive. All right. Staying in aggressive.
Okay. So anyways, the after the edicts phase, which you're doing no edicts, it's then gonna go to income phase. You're obviously not withdrawing anything from your empty treasury. You're obviously not depositing anything into your treasury. You're not going to sell any magic. Well, I don't think there's any magic items you wanted to push out of your treasury.
Nope.
Yeah, because I think at least 2 of those items Cell wanted to purchase. That rope of needles, one of you guys probably wants as well, honestly. And lastly, it's going to be rolling for BP. Now, I assume you're going to go ahead and roll your luck first.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Don't look in chat.
Why? What does it say?
Let's just say the world's ending.
Oh.
The world's ending in chat. Just don't look.
What am I really luck? Okay. 3. Oh, that's a good one for me. 3. Nice.
Cool. So when you I have some daddies. No, it's I have some daddy issues. Tyler, it's I have some daddy issues.
Hey, Tyler.
It's different. All right. Tyler, you know what you should do? You should trump card him. And send me something interesting.
Man, we all know you're just trying to start civil wars, all right? This isn't Aurorum civil war, okay? This is Warmonger, the regicide. We don't screw each other over when you do that enough.
Hold on 1 second. They want to see the chat, so it takes me a second to switch this around. All right. So, sir, before you do anything else, are your attributes 33, 27, 33 with a DC of 39?
The DC needs to go up, I believe. So 33, 27, 33, was it?
Yep, with a 39 DC and
39 DC. Yep.
And then your taxes, as you roll for those, sir, are going to be set at crushing.
Yes, crushing. Yes.
He's like, excuse me, I am America. It's like, oh, sorry, we gotta feed that war machine.
So, economy, lock is 3.
Tyler, I hope you're having a good day there, sexy.
These are always roll trash. Always.
And you added the everything in there, correct?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Just make sure it's all there.
No, I'm not using my Winifred's wisdom for that because I'm gonna need it for the events.
None of your
working.
none of your things offer extra loot.
Nope.
Yeah, you don't have any terrain improvements that offer you extra loot, do you? No, you don't.
Nope.
Okay. So you rolled a whopping 21 BP. That's all it is. Tyler tossed you some more luck, just so you know.
Thank you, Tyler.
So, you, sir, are back up to 23 BP. Are you ready for the fun part of the session?
Yep.
Cool.
Yes, I am.
So are I. Plan Den show. You have to adequately move around the people that are in here to represent this. You should have Tyler pop into the call, and he can play as one of your advisors.
If he wants to, he can.
Tyler come in blind, have no idea what's going on in the campaign, and just role play as one of the advisors. Takes the onus off Jaek, so if bad decisions are made, it's at least not his responsibility. I could just be a drunken idiot. No, these are These are the advisors to a clan. These are the leadership of a whole clan. These are important people, Tyler. All right, so you don't have. Wait. Oh, it's because he's over there. Aurorum over there. Okay,
well,
cool.
Tyler could play Mortifer.
Oh my God, Tyler, do you know who Mortifer is? I'm pretty sure you do. Tyler, would you like to role play as Mortifer? Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Wade's Mortifer, except much older and much more senile. Like older, senile. More or less, he remembers the old campaign that happened in LI because he is imagining things because he's old and senile. The best part is it's camera off, Tyler. Like literally you pop in, you leave your camera off. I hide your camera so it doesn't affect the overlay. And you get to be an ethereal voice. You're more than welcome to join, buddy. But while we're waiting for Tyler to make a decision, because there's no pressure on this, that's something he has to do by any stretch. Why don't we kind of get started? So, where's Wade when you need him? Wow. I think Tyler is the better Wade because he can at least grow hair. Okay? Jaek knows what I'm talking about. All right. I won't lie, this first one that I wanted to start with, to me, this is an important one to start with first. I'm excited to read it to you. So I'm going to read it to you while Tyler's thinking because he can at least listen while he's thinking. So this is going to be coming from your... actually, let me double check one last detail because I think they actually wrote the wrong thing. Because aren't the ruins supposed to be to your west and not your south? Yeah, they are.
I don't know where the ruins are.
Actually, I think
put them on there.
I think it's supposed to be to your east. I think it's supposed to be to your west. So it's supposed to be. So I think this is supposed to originally be over here. Oh shit! There we go. And then this is all supposed to be empty, including this being a copy paste scenario. Copy paste scenario. Cool. I think that fixes that problem. Awesome. So then the ruins are supposed to be, I think they were in the middle spot over here. Ruins. Cool. Because they're actually in the wrong spot. All right. Sorry, I'll have to either wait or pass. Nope, that's perfectly fine, sir. Cool. Let's move on. This is coming to you from your... oh, actually, let me look at your advisors. There they are. Hmm. There we go. Okay. Wait, do you not have your whatchamacallits next to you? Oh, Jesus. You're a pain in my butt because you changed all your names. You didn't keep the setup there. I can copy and paste over from what's his face. Copy and
Oh, I didn't change anything. They've been the same the whole time.
stop writing. Okay. You have from Gartesh will be the one that brings it to your attention. Gartesh, sorry. Lyra. Oh, we love Lyra. Be the one that brings it to your attention. What terrible name did we come up with for your temporary warlord?
Temporary warlord. Temp.
Temp to perm.
Second.
It was like house hen. I don't know. Right. Gonna be house hen until I remember what it was, or until we come up with something better. The intern. Oh Lord. All right. So I can't do any voices, and I'm so sorry for that. House hen, Saren. I come with a bit of news for you. To the west of Kabe, if you recall, we had found some ruins there some time ago. Actually, forgive my impertinence, House hen. This was prior to your joining our clan. Prior to you even being known to exist. Certainly prior to anyone here thinking that you might have any degree of control or power or deserve it or belong in that seat that you're sitting in. Jake, how do you think Saren would react to that?
In all honesty, I was going to tell you before this, I don't know enough about Saren to roleplay him, so that is on you for today, because you have his story and all that stuff. He was the only thing Varix told him was to listen to the advisors when he makes his decision, and to rule as like Varix would, which is, you know, by listening to the people who know what they're talking about. But they can be shitty all they want, but the way Densho is, the Oraculi has always been the second. Even though he's just trying to come in, he's fought for his spot. So depending on how he takes it, he's not as hot-headed as Mara. So
No.
don't know.
Saren would chime in at this point and say, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Clan Densho, we celebrate the old ways. When we defeat an enemy that is a worthy opponent, we take their strength into ourselves. And when we address our chieftains, temporary or otherwise, we show them respect. Otherwise, great punishments will be levied on the transgressor. Is this not the old ways? Everyone at this table has been warned. The one shot from all of you has been made. And he just leaves it, and just kind of leaves it at that. She's satisfied that she got her words out. She got to be the only one. You know, she's a little like that. Moving on. She says, very well then, House Hen, because we still don't remember what they're called.
Well, as it's the Oraculi, he should just remain the Oraculi.
Oh, that's right, because he's not actually even temporary.
Second.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, because you actually didn't have anybody slide in place. Slide into the left. All right, so so she says, very well then, Oraculi. The ruins that were discovered to the west prior to your arrival and likely outside of your understanding have been excavated slightly. Beneath the ground, there was a broken and fallen obelisk, large in size and made of a dark black stone, one not easily identified. The stone was intricately inlaid with silver and emeralds. Strangely, only little of the precious materials seem to have been lifted over the years, as others have found this cavern through other means, likely long collapsed or forgotten underground passageways. But the patterns in the pictures seem mostly intact. As to what they reveal, we don't know. It's above the guards that have discovered this pay grade, and certainly the one that originally fell through the grounds didn't live long enough to report back their findings. An advisor is going to be needed to look into this matter. With that being said, you would have your Irithel would kind of like scratch his chin for a second. Again, I can't do an Irithel voice. And say, we can learn something of its history. Mark down its markings, otherwise leave it undisturbed. We could send word to the north, look into the libraries that we have there. I might know a person or two that could have some degree of familiarity with this. If it predates even the Karuk in the region, then perhaps we can even look into what can be found in the old libraries that weren't charred, that belonged to the Dalelands before. Your Magister, who happens to be... Oh, Gartesh. I actually have to look at Gartesh because it's been a hot minute for Gartesh. I think it's a hype train character. It is.
Yep.
That's right. Gartesh says, patterns, images inlaid with silver and emeralds. It's very likely this is arcane. We can certainly learn something from this, but let's not waste our time with the textbooks and the libraries of an ignorant peoples. Mind you, Gartesh themselves happens to be Karak, right? Of the old lays. So he's actually referring to his own people, of an ignorant peoples, and instead look to different histories. We all know that I have training. Perhaps I can discover something so close to the edge of the borderlands. I can only imagine what it was channeling. Your treasurer, who happens to be... Oh yeah, Suresh. Suresh says, silver. It's emeralds. These things have value in all lands. The images, if chalked up well enough, could certainly fetch a fair price. Let us dismantle the broken chunks and sell them off to the highest bidders. Not all at once, slowly, over time. Control the market for how they may be dispersed among the people. We can make some fine coin off of this. It's something that should be done. Clear out the old ruins. That would bring us one step closer towards using them for something more beneficial in the future. There's a strong foundation on the ground. It might aid us in the future, reduce costs of future projects, or at least build a proper prison. And then your grand diplomat. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's Cursus. Cursus the Man-Eater, right?
Yep.
Cursus says, there are experts available in Kajinksi. I could look around and see who it is that I know. See if anybody is willing to come for a visit. We could feed them well, see what they know. And if they're just pulling our chains and taking our coin, instead we dine.
All right.
Who do you want to play as?
Who has not spoken?
What's up, Goofy Gooba? I feel like you're always here on Monday. Usually we have three PCs on Monday. This is the last of our solo session ones.
Yeah.
That's why it says part 3.
Plays Doxul. Although I don't know if she has, or they have, they're gonna come to the Warlord with something.
Okay. Again, sorry I can't do any voices. My voice just hurts. You know.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit more difficult for you to parse. Worse than my lack of options for voices. But go ahead, sir. You're saying something.
Yeah, I'll play as Doxul.
Sure. What do they say?
Doxul says, I would tend to agree with Cursus on this one. Spread the word out. Try and get somebody here who may know about it, and then if they don't, we eat them. Seems like everybody wins.
Dark Souls just chiming in and agreeing with Cursus.
Yep.
Okay.
Both guru.
That is true. They're both banging their plate. Like I get me some num nums. All right. So Saren, your Oraculi, thinks of the matter, and weighs in and says, "I don't know if the Warlord would very much appreciate us spreading the word, enhancing the rumors." Oh Jesus fucking Christ! I don't know. Spreading the word and enhancing the rumors that the Clan Densho does nothing but eat those that inconvenience it. While certainly we do celebrate the old ways in my previous speech to the rest of you, no, this is not what he would want us to be known for. Failure equals consumption. That's foolish. That should be saved as an honor. I'm thinking on this matter, and I am inclined to believe that the old ways are the best ways. I'm thinking that perhaps it is... I'm terrible at names right now. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm inclined to think that Gartesh is onto something here. Looking into what viability this might have magically. This could be a threat. This could be something potentially dangerous, in which case it should be dismantled and sold. But we won't know until we find it. And who cares what cultural significance this has in anyone's past if it consumes us first? We've unleashed something. It's time to find out if it's opportunity or danger. That's what he's kind of thinking, weighing in. But Jake, it's actually your choice.
No, we're actually going to go with what he thinks because that's how I left it. The one thing Doxel will say, they will kind of probably like slam a drink down and say, Gartesh, just make sure that you don't unleash anything here, especially with the Warlord gone. We don't know much about this, and you are the person to understand it. But we all know where your interests lie.
Gartesh would say, I'm not someone who's prone to failure, let alone critically so.
Stop, Scott.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Are you ready for how hard this check is going to be?
No, because you're ridiculous. All right, I don't want to hear it.
I'm ridiculous.
They don't. Gartesh doesn't even have a good modifier either.
What? No, that modifier is great. It's great.
You would choose. Yeah, I know how you're choosing your advisors. All right. I know how you're choosing who you want to deal with the situation.
What? So, sir, it is It is a since you chose Gartesh, it is a hard check. Gartesh was not made by a patron. Gartesh was made by a hype train. Of course,
Yep.
patrons could always make characters if there's any new ones that come in. So it has no focuses, special traits, or flaws to contribute. This is actually counts as an economy roll. So it's a -1. So Gartesh is a 4. -1 for your current economy skill compared to your DC. So you're rolling with a +3 against a DC 20.
I'm gonna win a for that.
Okay, give me 1 second to set this up so people can actually see the roll. Okay, you're gonna winnie this. So we're gonna be rolling with a +9, so 1d20 plus plus 8. 1d20 plus 8 against a CR 20.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good chance.
Alrighty.
I think the odds are in your favor. Look at that. You actually have a 25% chance of making it a critical success.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try it. So close.
Unfortunately, Jake. Unfortunately. Okay. By the way, Zalamos also had given you a winnie. So it looks like chat is really carrying you through this situation.
I need it. Thanks, chat.
Yep. So I will give you the results of what that is afterwards. Not because I don't already know, because I do, obviously. I had a really cool idea for this one. But because this actually is a event that, I should have told you this in advance. I'm so sorry. This is an event that actually takes them for, this is your longest event. It takes them for the entire month. It's literally 4 weeks, which means that Gartesh is not going to be available for your next month's Kingdom Rolls.
But she's still there, though, right?
They have to be. They're still there, so they don't count as empty. So you don't take a vacancy penalty, but you don't add their bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is for the next month's Kingdom Rolls, because they're gone for. They don't have at least a week to offer to your kingdom, and they don't have. Listen, I'm not the one that chose the length of time. That one was not me. So why is it Gartesh important to you? Oh, it's only 3 to economy. So it just more or less reduces your BP by 1.5. That's not that bad.
Thanks.
All right, cool. So that was the first one. And it plays out, she's now gone because of how absorbed Gartesh is going to be. They're removed from the table, even from conversation from RP. All right, cool. Next one up for you.
Yep.
Where are you? There you are. All right. You have the your clan. What is it? Oh yeah, your high priest is gone. He doesn't even have people to fill his spot. Oof, that's rough. So you have Mara is gonna come in. She's gonna come in and she's gonna be the one that delivers this next message. So setting up the table for you guys. Just kind of like see who's sitting around it. I'm loving it. Okay. So, and we're going to take Gartesh out. Bye-bye, Gartesh. All right. This one is going to be Mara. She comes in, when it's kind of like her turn to sit, at this point she's like, Doom. Doom. That is the word on the streets of our capital. Some crazy zealots are stirring up trouble in the clan's lands. They speak of how the end of our clan is near, and how the new Ashen One will be reborn from the fires that will engulf us. They promise salvation to the ones who will follow them when the time comes, whether or not we like it. Some are actually listening to these individuals. We have to do something before the spirals out of control. There are different reasons, different rumors as to why this is being said, why this is believed. Some say it's because the Ashen One has lost his spine. Some say it's the sign of the death of the white boar. It's going poorly out there. I have to tell you this. Recently, Densho has lost numerous clan members. death and battles to the north, the east, and the west. A chunk of warriors died in battle to the south, and some more have gone with the Ashen One to dance in the winter ball to the north. I say none of these things out of disrespect to those that fought and died with honor, and nothing out of disrespect to the important traditions that we as Kajinksi holds with our winter ball. But the newcomers just over the border, bringing with them their perspective of the old ways, bring with them the older ways, the ones that we've moved away from intentionally to enhance what our clan is like, what our people's culture is like. These are the ones that bring these rumors, that speak ill of our warlord. We need to be wary of those that would impersonate true following of the warlord, of the Ashen One. They're looking for the next great horde, the next great fight, believing the Ashen One to bring it. All right. So with that being said, you have your marshal will be the first one to kind of chime in. Your marshal, sir, is Doxul. All right. So Doxul goes, kill him. They say, kill him or throw him in jail. Or you can give him to a couple of clansmen on the wall, that's clan members on the wall. Clan members on the wall that have earned a hearty snack. I don't know. Maybe we could just burn them, these prophets and their flames. Just destroy them, every one of them. Kill them, burn them in the pyre. Rout out any followers, burn them in the pyre as well. Set an example. They won't forget. They'll know. Burn them and eat them. Done and done. Your high priest, not here. Does not chime in on how to handle the situation. I'll get back to that in a second. Your spy master, who happens to be Irithel, I believe, scratches his chin again. The old man he is. Instead of making a grand public show, we can handle this quietly. Divine words or not, the person is flesh and blood like everyone else. Let the people see it by disposing of them in an unfortunate accident. We kill them outright in a grand spectacle, we martyr them. But if they stub their toe and tumble down an alleyway, to break their neck in a unfortuitous way, I'm sure that will do, and easily so. After that, they'll be forgotten. Whatever stirrings they've caused will dissipate in time, perhaps with a little bit more aid by us. This would be much better than making them a name emblazoned in people's minds for the next few generations, I think. Says, looking over at Doxul. Your counselor, who happens to be Egrid. Egrid, who speaks the least out of all your clan members, of all your counselors, says, counselor of the counselors, says, the people are worried. This is why they're listening to this person. The warlord is missing, and winter is upon us. There are even talks of an invasion. Our recent battles have raised morale, but the losses still weigh on people's minds. We rejoice in the death of our enemies and the courage of our allies, of our brothers and sisters in arms. But loss is mourns now, more than it was a century ago. I say we handle the issue indirectly. Arrange for festivities. Distract them from their everyday lives. Bring entertainment to their day. Let them drown their worries in grog and ease their minds, and they will dismiss this prophet, as instead we sing praises to the Ashen One, as he is and always will be. Mara goes, it's all nonsense of madmen. If we want to show our legitimacy, let's do it by words rather than swords or ale. I can assure you that once this individual has been debated and seen these visions openly uncovered to be just ramblings of moronic, uninsightful fools, people who can actually read divine signs will win the day. Our Lord defeated the great boar. That's not a sign of defeat. It's a sign of triumph. It's a show of force, not an end. What's his name? Sauron thinks. Kind of looks about the table to see if anybody else wants to chime in. Jake, who do you speak as in this endeavor? In this matter? Herzog has not really chimed in yet, has he? Yep. Nope, he has not either.
No, he has not. Who else do we have in the table?
Thresh and Mortifer. Do you want to be Mortifer?
No, I couldn't do that justice. Lyra, actually.
Okay.
He'll chime in.
I love Lyra.
This seems to be more under the purview of Irithel. There is an organization within our borders itself. It should be infiltrated and worked out who the members are and then be disposed of.
Irithel will chime in and say, the best way to dismantle a building, smash, mortar for break building, big smash, mortar for find fool, mortar for let them know that Mortifer is the great. They think Ashen One fall. They face Mortifer, and Mortifer make them fall. Then they sing praise to Mortifer, the next Ashen One. Everybody just kind of stares down the table at Mortifer.
We're used to this. There's probably a couple of laughs, although Saren is not used to this. So do with that what you will.
Saren is like, Mortifer, are you offering to engage with? Sorry, are you offering to battle this prophet, one-on-one, similar to how I defeated? What's her name? Mara. Mara didn't like the fact that he made that reference. Mortifer goes, huh? Mortifer smash! You said building. Break. Mortifer break buildings. Like Mortifer break many things. Like bones. What's his name? Actually, I don't think there are any his there. Irithel will chime in and say, Mortifer, you are aware that we're speaking of an individual, not of a building, correct? Mortifer matter not. Mortifer smash all. Irithel will then look back to Sauron and say, brick by brick. That is what I was saying. If you wanted to put on a show, you could smash the whole building at once. But if you wish to have it be done in a way that people don't really pay much minds to, brick by brick. Which way would they go with?
Well, I think we should go with Irithel.
Okay. So Sauron says,
Listen. I am leaving it in your hands.
No,
right?
that's fine.
The logical thing is to go with Irithel. All right.
So Irithel says, Sauron says, Irithel, I think you should handle the situation. We don't need to make any martyrs, as you said. We don't need to add more to the rumor that's the Ashen Orc is afraid himself of being replaced by his next of kin. And we all know that the Ashen Orc has many kin next. So, let us, he says they has many kin next, let alone the number that will likely be rising in the next few months after these cold winters have led our warlord to seek warmth in the beds of others. And there's kind of like jeering around the table. Like, that's what it's known for. Oh. And he says, Erithel, I trust you to handle this matter. As for Erithel, this is a loyalty check. And it's a hard one. Looking over at Densho, loyalty is a -2. And Erithel is a +7. Erithel uses the courts as a focus and imposter syndrome as a flaw. I don't think imposter syndrome masters here. Underestimated, I think, would be a special trait that would definitely be able to kick in place here. But the courts will not. The courts will not assist here. So Erithel usually rolls with a +7, but it's rolling with only a +5 against a DC of 20. You, sir? Give you a second to set it up.
Use that other Winifred's as well.
Just gonna spam Winifred's. I
need to pass these, all right?
I really hope chat doesn't just like keep giving him to just like feed the beast. We don't want to devalue the Winifred's wisdom, do we, chat? Do we, chat?
Get out of here.
Go ahead, Jake.
I didn't hear you saying this with all cells and nicks, buddy. All right.
They each had 2.
Play your
Actually, one had
favorites
1,
elsewhere.
One had 1 and one had 2. You've already had 2. If we give you another one that would equal 3, that would be favoritism.
Get out of here. So it's okay. All right, come on, Erithel. Come on, don't roll a 1. Yes. Whew.
Nice.
Thank you, Zalamos.
Was that nice? So 14 days. So Erithel cannot do any big tasks or medium tasks anymore. Erithel takes 14 days for him to handle this. He's underestimated. So Erithel can easily kind of oversee this personally because it's so close to home. Erithel sees to it that these zealots are dismantled piece by piece inside of this place. All of the so at first the loudest ones have an accident, and then the others decide to move elsewhere. And then there's a couple more situations that happen here and there, spread out enough and different enough. Very common ways of dying, whether it be they happen to cuddle up with dirty blankets and get sick, or whatever it might be, that are going to make it so that they go away in such a fashion that people don't really think anything of it. You're going to get a permanent +1 to loyalty for this under your events tab. Not temp, but the actual events tab. Yep. So kudos for that one. All right, your next event. Wait, where's the other one? Oh, that's right, but we're not doing that one yet. We're doing this one first. Oh, unfortunately, I really wish Cell was here. Everyone asks Cell to show up for a little bit. All right, back to your other events, because Cell's not here. Okay.
How many events do I have?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, stop. I'm worried.
Erithel could chime in on this one. Actually, no, wait, how long is this? Erithel can't even chime in on this, so it's too long for him to even chime in. So we remove him from the table entirely. And we're going to set up the board again. Okay. Oh, shit. Weird. Okay. Okay. So, Erithel can't even sit at the table for this one. This one, the news is going to come from Lyra again. That makes sense. Lyra is the one that kind of like keeps an eye on the insides, especially your insides, Slit. All right, so Lyra comes and sits at the table to offer some more advice. Guards were investigating reports of some, shall we say, smells coming from one of the rooms in Kabe's tenement homes. And that others were, well, it was pungent enough, others decided to complain about it. When investigating, they found something disturbing. The room appears to have been used in sacrificial rituals. And those sacrificed, after analyzing the remains, have been found to be Karuk so far. Though the remains themselves make the numbers hard to determine as to how many were taken or to properly identify who these individuals were. Once you're dismantled to such a degree, it makes it difficult. The good news is, with what Irithel's been working on, this has kind of led others to believe that what's going on there has added to others believing that what's been uncovered here has kind of been an excuse as to why it is that some of the louder people have disappeared. Almost like a cult consuming itself. So, I suppose good news for Irithel. But I do want to say that the room has been noted as having words since, shall we say, arcane patterns scrawled on the walls. This is concerning. I'm curious as to whether or not this would be in a degree of relation to what was uncovered, considering how recently after the finding of the obelisk this has begun. Maybe we should not be exploring such matters and just seal up that underground cavern that we found. Anyways, these scrawlings, these patterns, were on the walls, the floor, the ceilings of the room, and the guards swear that if one person was left in there alone, on their own for any amount of time, faint whispers could be heard. I've not looked into this matter myself, but perhaps something that should be looked into further by one of us. Anyways, one of the tables had a large, messy pile of parchment, various notes, all in languages the guards couldn't understand, at least not as of yet. Something very wrong happened here, but who or what, we're not entirely sure. My sentiments lean me towards the discovery of the obelisk. Perhaps I'm wrong. In this scenario, Orzog says, "Easy. Get the men together. Destroy the tenements, destroy the homes. Cleansing fire. Satisfy Kraleen. Cleanse it with fire. Wash it all away. The rains will clean the ash. The ash will feed the soil. All the gods will be satisfied. And this will cleanse the area of whatever evils take place. New homes can be built. That is not difficult. We are Karak. We have lived in worse. We will live in worse again." People are like, what? But he means, we'll go through hard times again. Your Magister is obviously occupied, but your diplomat, which is Cursus. Cursus is going to say, where are we? With the help of some extra hands, perhaps we could scrounge up some that translate, at least to identify the language. Identify it, if not translate, or point us in the right direction. I could reach out to see who might know a few things, or at least if there's anybody about that knows magic.
Keep talking. I just gotta walk here.
Well enough to read it to us so that we can translate what it is that's being said on there. Figure it out from there. But we will need to act to find out just what happens. I fear the longer we wait, the less likely we are to uncover the truth behind it. Your spy master is occupied. However, Mortifer is still around and says, Mortifer think best thoughts. Mortifer is the greatest thinker ever. And Mortifer think we need thoughts. Yes. Ask questions. If people do not give Mortifer answers, We smash questions and get answers. People live. People heard. People smelled. Mortifer get answers from people. One way or another. Mortifer think. And Mortifer finds out how. Finds out why. Mortifer find out who. That was a little disturbing. And unfortunately, that is all. As your Magister is not there, Spy Master is not there, and your High Priest is not there.
Lovely.
Actually,
so I've got,
without your High Priest
burn
there,
it down.
without your High Priest there, you actually get Mara kind of chiming in. Says, this room, it needs to be cleansed. We know what happens when the dead are left to rot. There are reasons why we lived by the old ways. The dead need to be laid to rest correctly, burned or buried, as is appropriate. That way they may consult with Roga. Sorry. Burn and buried as is necessary, and I may consult with Roga. Perhaps even the broken chains themselves can offer a degree of guidance in this matter. That monastery was built a while ago, and there's more about as they're overseeing the construction of our new temple. We can consult with the broken train, see what guidance they offer from Vroga, and make sure that these bodies don't cause any more issues. Jake, who do you want to roleplay as?
Lyra was the one that brought the issue.
Yep.
Right. I mean, who hasn't spoken?
Let's see, Doxul, Suresh, and Igrid. Yep. Do you need a reminder of anything about Igrid?
Suresh.
Okay. You know Suresh.
Suresh. Yeah.
Oh, Suresh. Poor gal.
She would kind of just say, could somebody not be hired to look at these and tell us what they are? I'm sure there are many who specialize in such languages. It'd be good to know what this is before we figure out how to destroy it.
I was seeing somebody hired that was specifically curses, I think. Where were we? Yeah, said I should so I can reach out. I can looking over to Saren. Saren thinks and says, yes, unfortunately, I don't think we have any people here that are polyglots. We're going to have to reach out to outside to find out what this language is and why it's being written or spoken, what rituals are being done. I really wish that we had Aurorum here. Aurorum is somebody who knows many people of many cultures, many faiths. But in the meanwhile, we're going to have to use you. If you don't mind handling this matter for us, Cursus. Visit the other clans. Take from us the fastest Kamatori that has been gifted to us by the Kuchibashi clan. Ask the others. Bring a sample of the writing. Not all of it, as we don't want it to go missing. Or in case there's any potential dangers of those that would look to take it from you. Bring a sample of it with you. And see if we can attract anybody to assist us in this matter. And for that, Cursus will stand up and walk out. Now, the Cursus check. You, sir, want to go ahead and look at your check for Cursus. Cursus usually rolls with a +5. This kind of check, sir, is a loyalty check. They're mean to you.
You would do that.
It's not me. Which is hard. So your +5 becomes a +3. So
Are all my checks hard?
I did not.
Jeez, man, come on. Where's
Somebody,
my 12?
somebody's saying you should spend BP to get adventurers to help you with this. You can do that before you
Am
roll.
I able to?
Oh yeah, yeah. You just have to do it before you roll, not afterwards. That's the only rule.
All
Absolutely.
right, well, yeah, sure. I'll
So
do that.
I'm trying to
What does
remember
that
how you
do?
do it. Is it under edicts? I think the actual rules. No, it's under events. Give me 1 second. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Events. Clicking the wrong thing. So the rule is that's how you hire adventurers.
Yep.
If you spend 4 BP, you get a +2. If you spend 8 BP, you get a +5. If you spend 16 BP, you get a +10. You currently have in your bank 23, and you've already promised away 13.
So 4.
No, so
We'll go with the 4 and get a
you
+4.
have 10 BP unpromised as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you do 8, I mean, you're wrong. Put you in a tight spot, but that's a +5, bro. That's huge.
And that'll leave me with 2 BP, right?
We'll leave it at 2, which is rough, but I don't know. But at least it opens up the middling grounds, because like you only have a +3. A +2 means you have to still roll a 15 or higher, or close to luck die. With a +5 added on there, you're rolling with a +8. So at least now, if you roll a 12, you succeed, or close to a 12, you can luck die it.
Geez, that's difficult. We should have just burnt it all down. I can't justify it. I'll do the 4.
Okay.
Get myself back up to a 5.
So you say, Cursus, I pray to Vroga and all the gods that listen that this is the wise choice. Before you take that commatory with you, take some gold, and not a small amount. Also take with you, there is a bit of lands on the outskirts recently settled by our people shortly before Varix left, and certainly while he was gone. Some of these lands need people to oversee them, to give direction to those settling in them. Perhaps title would attract the right people. Maybe we can make more use of them than just their ability to translate. Maybe we can get decent landlords as well.
Okay.
And Cursus will take the coin and grumble to himself like, nobody ever offered me this kind of coin. And you are going to roll with a +5. Give me 2 seconds to set this up so everybody may watch. Otherwise, Anno's going to yell at me that he didn't get to see his cup go boom. Because he did. Anno personally filled it up with a whole bunch of little snowmen. And then unfortunately Steve was generous enough to do the 10 gift subs. Did so while the jar was hidden. All right,
we ready?
I was born ready, baby.
All right. Oh, that's so lucky.
All right. And it only cost you 4 BP. That's not so bad.
Uh-huh.
Down to 19.
Thank you for suggesting that, Steve.
Nice.
Really, that one came through.
Nice. That was perfect. All right. Had you not done that, you would have had to roll at least a 2 on a luck die, which we all know what you roll usually. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. So with this success, they are able to discover. Oh, thank you so much, Alamos. They are able to discover with the success right here, sir. These parchments, these papers, they're written in another language. Yes, they are written in another language. Absolutely. They're written in Infernal. It's a language of devils. An otherworldly language. These are parchments, but not just any parchments. They're discovered to be contracts. These are contracts that are left inside of this place. It seems as though whatever was happening here had many contracts put into place. Moreover, they studied it as much as possible. And it seems as though the person that was living here, the person who is a part of this place, kind of looking into the endeavors more and more and more, blah, 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 blah. They were able to discover, because again, you use adventurers, so you get a little bit of extra information. Not only were they, did they discover the contracts, they actually able to discover the name of the person that was living here prior. And they discovered that that person's name was also on one of the contracts. And after contract after contract after contract for all these different people, where it turns out that the handwriting of the person that was writing these contracts, these infernal contracts, is the same handwriting as that person, as they had filled out various writs here and there around town, that was renting this this apartment inside of the what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? The tenements, right? But then the final contract that was found there, the one that was left on top of the table, it was almost like it was dropped there or whatever. It looks as though the final contract was of that person choosing to give themselves in service to something, to someone, whatever it may be. These contracts, of course, left behind. The name of that individual that did these, of the Karrak that lived here prior, we will allow Steve to choose the name of that individual. But it seems as though the contract allows them to serve for all eternity, or until they're deemed serve for eternity, or until they're deemed dissatisfying. Right? Your people believe that whoever this person was, that they are no longer a person, but instead something else.
Okay.
Dark speech. Yeah, thanks, Anna. Whatever. All right. Cool. Steve will come up with a name for us in a moment. Oh boy. And you were given another goddamn Winifred's wisdom. You really are the fan favorite.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Gross. Gross. Chat, you disgust me. Every one of you. Yuck. I'm just kidding. We love Jake. He comes from the land down under. All right. So, you, sir, did you enjoy that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the outcome. I'm so sorry. That was a loyalty check, and you succeeded. So, you get a +2 loyalty. 1 for succeeding, and 1 more for having succeeded both loyalty DC ones.
Oh, so what is my loyalty?
Wild
Like, is that
Viking.
in the events mode?
Wild Viking. Too real.
But
Too real.
do I get 2? Did you say like 2 all up, or 2 for that?
You have 2 more added ons for the grand total of 3 added to your loyalty.
Damn. Nice. All right.
Funny. I'm actually going to have you roll something funny in a second. I'll explain why in a minute, but we'll get to that in a second. We're not doing it quite just yet, okay? So I need another roll from you. This one is... What?
What is it this time?
Oh, don't worry about it. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So this time the word is going to come from Doc Sewell. Sarin, or Cooley, I seek your guidance in this matter. But then turns to Urzog, to look at Urzog, and says, our scouts in the south, the new land we've taken. I don't know, perhaps winter was a bad time for this. We're stretching a little far. Usually, the tribes in the south, they'll keep to the lakes. They'll keep to themselves. It's a good time to expand. Unless any of the tribes are feeling particularly bold or particularly desperate. Well, the news gets a little bit worse than that. We haven't been able to discover if it's one tribe or more than one tribe. But we are butted by hills on either side of this new lands that we wish to take as our own. We're setting up patrols, starting to build a couple lean-tos, starting to make a degree of area, a place to call home. Not many people live there yet. A couple dozen at most. But already I think their lives are being threatened. The hills are alive with the sound of war cries. Songs they have sung for 1,000 years. I can't believe Jaek let me get away with that. He must not get the reference. Does not. Wow. Moving on. So, anyways, you, then looks kind of like around the room. Urzog, nods, looks at, Sauron and says, Orkuli, you lead. You lead spiritually. And you lead the clan in the absence of the warlord. All due respect, I am the Lord of War here, while the warlord is gone. I will take the army, and I will defeat any who would even begin to threaten our home. We lose 1 inch, they will take miles. Sorry, we lose 1 millimeter, they take a kilometer. We must not just defend our lands, but aggressively claim it. We attack the area around our land to let them know that not only do we have what we take, but we protect and keep that is around it because it rightfully belongs to us. That'll be Urzog. Lyra says, no. As much as I wouldn't mind a little bit of death, a little bit of war, now is not the time. Their supplies are limited, and so they're desperate. As are our supplies limited. But we lack desperation. That gives them an edge in the battle. I don't think it's a good idea. Attacking uphill in winter? Urzog. That's not a good idea. Mortifer says, attack! Mortifer go smash! Mortifer go crash! No hill slows down Mortifer, for Mortifer is bigger than all hills. Mortifer kill all by Mortifer's self. Suresh thinks for a moment and says, we've spent a considerable amount. We've been working on infrastructure. The winters are cold, the nights are long. As much as I also would like to see more of our homelands taken and claimed by us, and hills are certainly a great place to claim, this is a bad time to do it. Funding a push forward would cost a considerable amount. Maybe Mortifer make a fine sacrifice. Mortifer, no sacrifice! He kind of rambles on a bit more. Igrid does not chime in. Jaek.
You know what? This is on Saren. What does Saren think? With no input.
It's technically supposed to be Jake's decision. Saren just lives that through.
No, I don't. I told you, you're gonna play as Saren. I don't know enough about Saren to
You
what he
guys
thought. But
see
the
Jake
one thing
trying
he
to pass
said,
the buck here?
Stop. You should be happy. You'll probably try and screw me anyway.
Well, excuse me. Oh, you're not here. You're in Australia. That'd be very difficult to do.
Listen. One thing that he said that I know was to stop killing them and try and talk to them. But I mean, if they attack us, I would go with Urzog. But what would Saren do?
So you lean towards Urzog first. Okay. Saren says, uphill in winter. We all know how slippery those slopes can be. Sure. We may put claws on the soles of our boots and gain traction. But they'll just pelt us with javelins, spears, arrows, rocks, or just send some ice down our way. I actually think that's not only should we not pursue this matter, not only should we hang back, more than that, we should borderline prepare to retreat. If they take this land, that's fine. I was foolish to think it was a good idea to take it in the first place. I say we do nothing. We don't prepare to defend the lands. We allow them to take the victory if they choose to charge down. That's fine. Let them come out of their hills. Let them settle in the valley. Warm weather will come, and with it, our own cries of war. We'll kill them in their own death box. Perhaps we'll take the hills behind them first before we do it, to make sure they know of their folly before they breathe their final breath. He opts to, quote, do nothing. As a matter of fact, prepare a retreat if need be. With the do nothing approach, that means something could happen without necessarily attacking or handling it or whatever it might be, right? So,
Yep.
yeah. Are you fine with this?
No, but it's what Saren said. He's in charge ultimately.
Okay. So,
You trying to screw me somehow?
oh baby, you got what I need. All right, I don't think I ever got what his focuses, flaws, and special traits are. I think his special trait is that he's patient. Is that one of his biggest special traits? There's actually, let me read the old notes from Xylamos. Xylamos never told me about his focus, flaws, or special traits. I think one of the big things about him is that he's patient. He does not lean into anything. So we'll actually make that one of his. Patient. Cool. Focus and flaw, we don't know yet. But in the meanwhile, we're going to have him roll. This, sir, is a stability check, so it's a -1. So you're rolling a +5 with a -1. And this actually is one created by me, Jaek. And it's an average difficulty. Average difficulty, Jaek. Average difficulty.
Okay. So what am I rolling?
Sorry, stability. So it's 1d20 +4 against an average difficulty. Oh, let me set it up so chat can see it.
Does he have any advisor abilities?
He does, I believe. Let me just double check.
Does he have the one that gives you an addition to the roll?
Let me check. Friends in high places. Yeah, he has one use of it and hasn't used any of them yet.
We will use that.
Okay. Okay. +3 to a single advisor check. So that, what did we say it was? A plus what so far? It was a 4? +3 is a 7. +7 gets a DC 12. Well, a natty 1. Make me happy.
All right. Let's see.
Well, natty 1, baby. Give it to me.
Stop.
Come on, Jake.
What was it? It was a +7, right?
Yes, sir. You roll 2 if you'd like. Does he keep just making them? So frustrating. Okay. All right, Jake. Things are
I love how
good.
you're adding in events for me. Thank you.
I had to because there was a weird thing where you had one less event than the others because it's just how the months fell for the advisors. All right, Jake. There's a weird thing that's about to transpire here. You're actually going to be making a roll for somebody else.
Okay.
There's a reason for it. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find it. There it is. All right. So this is not an actual advisor meeting. This is just one person handling it themselves. One person, all on their own fucking onesies. Give me 1 second to double check something. Okay. I'm gonna open up something over here real quick. And here you are. Just gonna read one detail. That's right. Okay. Here we go. So it is well known that the warriors of Densho, among the warriors of Densho, that Daelric has expressed a desire for more farmland. Everybody knows this. Densho knows this. He wants more land. He needs to be able to feed his troops. It is said that the Ashen Orc has sat on his hands for many a year, enjoying the spoils of his age and his former prowess. That he fought so many before, that the reason why there are whole fields, miles in sight of sands and dirt in the barren lands that are painted red, not by the decay of stone over time or minerals in it or the way that the sun kisses it or magical eminence kind of left over the years. No, but instead by the actual blood spilt by the Ashen One himself. It is said the reason why the Ashen One has so little color in their skin is because of how much they drain of those around them. He looks like the enemies that he leaves clay-faced and dead on the battlefield. The Ashen One is prepared. He's going to raise the horde. He's going to raise the army to start taking the lands, to start raging forward the way that the Ashen One has always been meant to do. But to do this, and to make sure that his people are properly cared for, they need to make sure that they have the correct backbone. They have the farmlands to raise the food. You cannot eat just the flesh of your enemies alone. No, this is something that's been learned over the years. The Ashen One has lived long enough to discover the truth. Eating the flesh of your enemy gives you strength, but it doesn't give you enough sustenance to continue on. You need to add vegetation and various other things as well. This is why he looks to add the lands. It's a resource that is needed by the Ashen One and the great armies that he will raise. And yet, despite the fact that he has a great destiny before him, Shado has encroached upon not only the land of Clan Densho, but encroached upon the capital itself, and even has claimed prime farmlands near into the capital itself. Just put this on the map for you guys. Continuing on. Some of the warriors are taking it upon themselves to remedy the situation and take it back for Clan Densho as it belongs to. Shado has no ownership if they cannot defend their claim. This is the old ways. You wish for this land to be yours? Earn it. Prove it. Take it and hold it. If you cannot hold it, it was never meant to be yours. And now, standing there on the fronts without enough time to go send back and ask for aid or whatever it might be to the other advisors, you have Tiktung standing there watching Clan watching Clan Densho itself moving in and taking the land. Fuck. I heard them doing the shit with Kushibashi before. I thought they learned their lessons. Varric's literally lobbed hands and heads over this. At least that's what the rumors are. But I would never want to piss that guy off. He's as scary as he is old. Same time, he respects strength. Gonna have to handle this. He's gonna have to deal with the unsuspected surprise of Densho coming in. This is gonna be a challenging difficulty for the Marshal of Clan Shado. This is a Clan Densho event. It's actually marked as a Clan Densho event. But it's actually something that's originally rolled by Clan Shadow. Since Cell isn't here to make the roll, that's okay. It's not actually Cell's character. This is just Tick-Tongue, who was made by a hype train. Jaek, a stability check for Clan, is a +0. And for Tick-Tongue, he has a +5. The check, as previously stated, is going to be challenging, which is the DC 16. With a +5 against DC 16, there is a, you need to roll an 11 or higher to succeed. As I said earlier, you were given a wit for its wisdom. You're welcome to roll it now if you'd like. You do not have to.
I mean, this is Cell's roles. This is Cell's characters, not my characters there, buddy.
Okay. So you don't have to roll with that +5 if you don't want.
I love how I keep punishing Densho for apparently these transgressors, but they just keep doing it.
Well,
These events, man. These events, man.
Your people are not exactly tame. Many of them come from over the border and have no idea. They're like, Ashenwork want land.
Imagine.
Their land.
Let me say something. Imagine there being like unclaimed land right next to it that you could just walk into. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm rolling this.
Maps confuse them. Listen, Shadow shouldn't have taken that land.
Cell should really roll this.
1d20 +5, I believe it is. Let me just double check. 1d20. I already have another roll waiting for Cell before he gets back. So 1d20 plus.
This is Cell's roll. I really shouldn't be making it.
Oh, believe me, depending on how this roll goes, it affects you. So you go ahead and roll.
This is dumb.
Do you want a witty or no?
I need the Winifreds. I have an event that you don't know about.
Okay, I don't know about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And it's a very important event.
You and Joey scheming on the side.
No. I don't what.
How does a TM not know?
All right, +5.
+5 against DC. Against DC 16.
There you go. He passes.
Oh my god! Against DC 16, bro. That is, he beat it by how much is that? 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Tick-Tongue decides it's time to fight back. He sees them coming as the attacks begin. It needs to happen. He needs to fight. He needs to push. He needs to keep Shadow's lands. He respects Warlord Varix as an individual, but he doesn't respect the members of his clan. He is going to fight back as hard as he can. Densho comes on, and they're not just stopped. They're outmaneuvered, outarmed, outclassed. He doesn't. These are just random warriors that are coming up. These are upstarts, bandits, if you will, that just happen to wear Densho colors, met by an actual trained army. The army doesn't just defeat them. The army doesn't just hold them back. The army pushes on. They wish to take Shadow's lands. Same as before, they wish to take Kushibashi lands. They need to learn for their transgressions. Matters can be settled in the future when Warlord Densho has returned. When Warlord Varix has returned to Clan Densho. But in the meanwhile, Jaek, I need you to go ahead and roll me a 1d3. If you want, you can just roll me a 1d6 with divide by 2.
I'm not taking 1d3 hexes, man. You're losing it. You're losing the plot.
Roll me 1d3.
You are losing the plot.
So 1, 2, or 3. Oh, we can't see the roll.
2.
Yeah, you guys can see the rolls underneath the map, but it's a 2. That's the middle one. So a 1, obviously you can see 1, 2, 3. They push back and they take the land. And they hold it, the land immediately adjacent to the capital. That is land that has a farm on it, taken from Clan Densho and held by Clan Shado. How this will be handled by Clan Shado afterwards, that'll be Cell's decision. This will be brought to Shado Tessel or Naito Tessel's Shado Naito's attention after the matter. But it was a decision that had to be made many miles away or many kilometers away from the home without any guidance. It was just push. Stop them and push back. We'll prove to them why they need not fight against our enemies. They took the lands, bringing them not but a march away from the actual capital of Densho itself. Hopefully from this situation, diplomacy holds true. Hopefully from this situation, diplomacy holds true. But in the meanwhile, Clan Densho lost a chunk of land. And so therefore, gains unrest. A critical success by him is actually a failure for Densho.
I figured that's what would happen.
Yeah. I won't tell you who wrote this event. I will keep anonymity in it. If anyone wants to say it wasn't me, you're welcome to go ahead and lie in chat. But I won't tell you who wrote this event. Anyways, so the you are going to take on rest, sorry, because it's being taken not just by you, it's being taken by an ally. It's gonna be 2 unrest. So close to your capital, to you. This is also going to trigger something over inside of Shado. We'll worry about that later. And currently your clan size goes down by a little bit. So you lose 1 by way of plains. It goes down to 13. You lose 1 fertile farm. It goes down to 9. Your unrest goes from 0 to 2. As you can see there.
Mm-hmm.
And that settles that right there for you. Cool. All right. Now that that's done, you said there's an event I don't know about. Do you want to do that first, or do you want to do the random event? We haven't rolled for that yet.
We'll do the random event first.
75% chance a random event happens. Jake, I need you to go ahead and tell me what's bad, high or low, and then tell me who is rolling.
Zalamos can roll, and it's going to be, he needs to roll 76 to 100 is a no event.
Oh, no event. Good. So high is good.
Yep.
Event. Okay. Do you want Xylamos to ride this through, or do you want to keep switching it up between different people?
I don't mind.
Yeah, either way.
We can switch it if you want.
Oh, sure. Switch it up. Okay. Call the next 2 people in order.
Steve and Joey.
Okay. Steve is going to choose what kind of event it is. Come on, Steve. Give me a good one. Come on, Steve. Hook me up, baby. Come on, Steve. Give it to me. 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 And an 86 equals dangerous settlement event, baby. Okay. Before we have Joey tell me what the event is. Okay, and Joey already rolled dangerous settlement event. Okay, I see what it is. Ha! Oh my God. That's hilarious. Okay, so Jake, can you choose somebody else in chat to choose which settlement? Viking. Is it either Kabe or Nochi? True blue, baby. True blue. By the way, do you ever watch on YouTube Casual Geographic?
No, I don't know what that is.
I'll share you the link later on. He shits on Australia nonstop. Nothing against the people. Nothing against you guys. Just like the animals and whatnot that are there. It's because my favorite phrase that he uses that I don't know anybody else that says this phrase except for him. He says bodied. Like, there's nothing will body you faster than the land of down under. You know what I mean? He says things like that. I'm like, oh, Lord. I literally don't know anybody else that uses that phrase. So, all right. Anyway, so Kabe rolled cult activity, which makes sense, doesn't it? All right. A religious cult of an alignment opposing to the kingdom's alignment. Oh no. What's your kingdom's alignment? Opposing neutral evil? So a goodly cult? It's fucking amazing.
So Shado's order is trying to muscle in.
Moving on. Religious cult of an alignment opposed to the kingdom's alignment begins kidnapping, converting, or even publicly sacrificing citizens. Not sacrificing, just converting. Just converting. Attempted loyalty check and a stability check. If both succeed, the cult is disbanded before your kingdom takes any penalties for the event. For each of these checks that you fail, unrest increases by 1 and other things suffer. If both checks fails, not only bad stuff happen, but it continues to the next phase. Jake.
Lovely.
Yep. It is loyalty and stability. Which one do you want to do first?
Well, tell me the new the modifiers.
Your DC is currently a 38.
38, yeah.
Your economy is 31, loyalty is 29, stability is 31.
Right. We will go with the loyalty first, I assume.
Okay. It would be hilarious if we said that this is the Order of Tonzo. Has gone in there and been like, bro, I'm gonna teach you some peace. I'm gonna fucking burn you. Oh, hold on. Before you roll, I gotta make it so it's visible for them. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. You go right ahead, sir. 42 wins.
Us.
Okay. That was your plus 29. That was the harder one. Now you get a plus 31 for the shark,
Yeah.
please. Fail. Roll low, roll like a 2. Roll low, roll like a 2. Maybe a 3 or a 2 or a 3 or a 2. Roll low.
Oh.
Whew. Okay. All right. I have another thing I need to do. But before I do,
this is playing out way too long, man. You said I'm down an event. I am up 3 events so far.
I don't think you know how to count. Before I do my last thing, which I genuinely think is my last thing, what was this thing that you were keeping hidden from me? What's the secret?
Oh no, you can do your last thing first.
No. Trust me, this last thing is meant to go last.
I don't even have any advisors left. All right. Mara has to make a check.
What's the check?
Researching check. Where is it? Let me find it.
Close, you know.
Mara searching for info on the Ashen Boar. She gets a +3 to her advisor check. Where I think we're trying to work out about the properties of the tusks.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And how difficult was the check? Did we define this previously?
You did not. I only know is she rolled really well and got a +3 to her advisor check.
She usually has a +3, so she has a +6.
She has. Where is she? Mara 3. Yeah, she has a +6.
Okay. All right. Because there's not much lore to be had about the boar.
Specifically, we want to start doing something with these tasks.
I want to make this something that's worthwhile for you, but for me to make it truly worthwhile, it would have to be formidable. I'm just trying to decide if it's going to be... Because she's going to have to go into the wilds to find out stuff. And then I have to tell you the results of the obelisk. Don't forget. Oh, did I give you the results of the other stuff? I told you the result of his... Oh, did I give you the result of the other one? I feel like I forgot to give you results of something.
Only the first one, the obelisk, right?
No, there's something else
one gave
too.
me a +1 to stability, then the other one gave me a +2 stability. Then there was another event, and then another event.
Yeah,
I think there was like 5 more events after that.
Oh, stop whining. The other events, the one that you rolled afterwards. Who rolled that? Saren rolled an event, and it was nothing. It was stable. He made a stability check, and he succeeded, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he actually succeeded a stability check, which means that that was against those that were hanging by in the area. I actually, what I would say is instead of this scenario, instead of it being remember, hold on, let me just think for a second, because I actually didn't have a pre-planned response for this one like I did for the other one for the obelisk. Give me 1 second to look at the map. I would say that the hex that you have there, the people that are inside the hex have learned to be like tougher, have to like really tough this out. And I've learned to be like adventurous, brave, kind of like a pioneer people. Like, you ain't going to take our land, yeah, kind of a situation, right? And so because of that, it's going to be much more difficult if they get attacked to be lost. So instead of giving something to one of your stats, this actual hex itself is going to gain a safeguard. We're going to give it a red dot of a 2. Of a 2, and that means that anytime somebody goes to attack them, they have a +2 to their defense for that hex for the people that are there.
Yep.
Because it starts with a couple dozen that live there, like the 30 some odd people that live there, but they start like really pushing forward this idea. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool, because it wasn't like a critical success. Cool.
No.
All right. My apologies. We were at the what were we just talking about?
Mara's check.
That's right. I feel like formidable will get you like the really good response.
All right. Well, that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's a DC
Only
23.
use the Winifred's wisdom on this.
And you already had a 6. That gets you a
11.
+11. So you have to roll 12 or higher to auto succeed. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure check and see. All right, whenever you're ready. That is missing by. It's missing by 8, so you definitely want to luck that to not miss by 7.
I'm gonna luck it. Yeah.
Okay. So she fails to find any information, but she doesn't. She fails to find that information, but it's not a critical failure, which means that her hunt is just continuing, right? So she doesn't discover anything. There's an opportunity, but she doesn't lose anything either. If she had critically failed, she would have lost all opportunity. But I have to have a small diminishing effect. So instead of a +3 that she had rolled from before, she only has a +2 for this upcoming one. We want to modify that. Okay?
We'll do.
Cool. That'll be the researching. So unfortunately, she's still out there. And remember, she's not an idiot. She doesn't stay out there forever. She goes out for like 3 weeks or so, then comes back. You should have hired adventurers. No?
Or woulda, coulda. No, this should be Mara's thing.
So there's a lot of construction happening in your city.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing right now is they're really building up a temple in your home, a temple to specifically Vroga, Broken Chain. But to properly build a temple of a decent size, it's not just stacking stones. They want to correctly reinforce it in different areas. So they need iron here, and even a bit of low-grade steel here and there to help like reinforce certain areas to fit the architecture they want. Especially since they're literally going to have an ornament of like a giant chain links on the outside of this big building. So they have this huge, like, have you ever seen? You've gone down to you've gone down to shipyards before, right? And you've seen like the chains that hold anchors for like giant ships. So you've seen how those links are like bigger than your body, right? So you have a general idea. So imagine chains, not necessarily quite that size, but really huge chains. Something that would be quite the laborious activity for a clan in fucking Jinxie to manufacture. That'd be difficult for a more modernized clan to manufacture. Of course, it's going to be in iron. It's not going to be in steel because of how much metal's involved in this. So they're having this kind of thing delivered. They're bringing it over. But this isn't being delivered by Shado. I mean, the people that are delivering the supplies for this are the Broken Chain. So the Broken Chain is getting their own supplies from somebody that they know they can get a good deal from. Not Shado, who were a bunch of, sacrilegious, self-righteous, and high-priced douchebags that believe in a haughty way that their quality of metal is far greater than those around them, despite the fact that it is yet to be proven. The Broken Chain is getting their supplies from, a clan that they happen to have a positive relationship with.
Yeah.
Throne.
Yeah.
So the representatives of Throne, of Throne, happen to be dropping off the supplies, giant wagons with these huge chain links they're using to represent like the broken chain on the outside of their the building that they're manufacturing, that they're constructing. Sorry, and while they're there, they actually happen to ask for a meeting with your clan leaders. Who would you choose to play as in this meeting? And you can choose to play as Sauron if you'd like, who is, by the way, a person that prefers talking over fighting, even level-headed person with an 18 wisdom, 12 intelligence, and charisma.
All right, I'll play a Siren.
Okay. His actual class is aristocrat. Despite that fact, he, because of a feat that he has, or a racial ability, whatever it might be, even has access to a couple of basic spells, including, funny enough, this one. Meaning he's actually pretty good at conversation, even if quick one. This is a fun one too, Whispering Lore. I like this one. Anyways, so with enhanced diplomacy and guidance as things that he could potentially use for himself, you know what I mean? He's actually quite the capable individual. Moving on. The individual from the clan Throne comes to meet with you. We were hoping to meet with Warlord Verix, but as far as we understand, Warlord Verix has received in high honor a joint invitation to meet at the Winter Ball to the clans of the North. For this, we are deeply saddened. We rejoice in the fact that one of our neighbors has elevated their position as high as they have to be not only invited there, but to be consistently invited there year after year after year. And even so much so that they're able to drag up from the dretches a couple of their allies to bring with them to the north. Unfortunately, despite the fact that we cannot meet with the clan, with the warlord, we wish to leave for him a gift. If you're willing, or Cooley, to take it for the Ashen Orc in his absence.
You wish to leave a gift for Densha Verix?
Indeed, yes. We understand that the Ashen Orc has been pushing to take much lands in the area. It's seen, it's known, and talked about by the other clans. You know how it is. We all watch one another. But it's known that Warlord Verix has his eyes not pointed upwards, not to east, not west, but instead south.
He does.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but that means that the Warlord wishes to secure the border of all of the Barren Lands, to see to it that all of our clans prosper by his sacrifice and hard work.
Densha Verix is on the border of the Barren Lands for a reason.
We wish to contribute to this effort, if you're willing to take such a contribution.
What would this contribution be?
Weapons, armor, ammunition. We understand that there's a close relationship between Clan Shado and Clan Densho. It's unfortunate that Clan Shado happens to overshadow us by the proximity they have to Clan Densho. But that doesn't mean that our wagons can't pull the extra weight just a little bit further to see to it that an adequate supply of weapons and armor are delivered to Clan Densho every time they need to arm and armor their soldiers. Besides, Clan Shado likes to focus on fancy weapons, certainly not ones often used by those that fight with the old ways.
I see. So, are you offering a gift? Or are you seeking to establish yourself as the sole trader to Clan Densho?
Oh, no, 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 no. Talks of establishing permanent trade between our clan and yours are certainly something that should and probably will be on the table, and we'll see to it when the time comes. But no, we're not here to discuss such things. No offense to you, Oraculi, or to your any of the other advisors here, but for such matters, we'd expect that the warlord would want to oversee matters himself. We wish not to disrespect Clan Densho, but to instead allow him to understand the kind of allies that he has close by when he returns home to find the gifts that we've left for him.
New gifts would be welcome.
Good.
Our troops will put them to good use.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we understand that there is a myriad of supplies that you may wish to seek. So we've brought a small sample of what it is that wishes to be delivered, but I also have here a couple of writs of what we are willing to offer to you as an additional gift, should you simply ask. And please, we ask nothing in return. There is no pretense, no debts to one another. Simply, our clan prospers very well. Up in the mountains, the sun shines often. Our days are long, and our stores or banks, I don't know, coffers full. And we wish to share those treasures with somebody as renowned as Warlord Varix. Please take these supplies. And they deliver to you a good number of weapons and armor and whatnot. They were delivered on a cart. But also, after later on that day going over the writ, you find... Jake, are you sitting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 20 BP worth of equipment for your soldiers.
As a gift?
As a gift. Now, it's not all here because your army doesn't necessarily need all this stuff. But as needed, as you're either building up your current army or building a new one, you find 20 BP worth of equipment for you to use. If you want to annotate that separately in your little notes section or whatever, on the side.
Okay, well that's a mighty gift.
It is.
Yeah.
We are certain that as Sauron sees the large number of armor and weapons and whatnot that are being delivered, and later on, of course, when he opens the scrolls and sees exactly how much is being offered, and Urzog is like, "Whoa." You have what's it called? He says, "We certainly hope that Warlord Varix is joyful at the gifts that we're able to offer. We hope that maybe one day he's willing to come and visit our forges. He's one day able to come and see exactly how crisp the air is up in the mountains."
I think he'll be rather happy and appreciative of the gift.
I'm sure he will
As
be.
for if he will visit, that is up to him, but I see no issue.
Yes. Besides, I know there's something else that Clan Throne and Clan Densho have in common. We're a clan of many peoples, as all the clans are in Kajinxi. But we also have the big folk in our clan.
Ah.
Lessons can be learned on either side of the table. It was a pleasure meeting with you, Orkuli. May the gods smile upon you. May the Ashen Orc live long until his family is laid to rest. Long after his family is laid to rest.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you.
And he leaves.
Okay.
Yeah, can Sell offer 20 BP worth of supplies? I don't think he can.
That was that's a lot. Like a lot.
But it's specifically as soldier equipment.
Yeah, yeah. which upgrading the army is something that I've wanted to do but haven't been able to because I just don't have the money for it.
So,
Damn.
yes, seems as though fortune has favored you this day.
That's insane. Funny, I mean, they said it was a gift and they expected nothing in return. So,
I'm sure Varix is gonna be like, I'll talk to him.
Varix got along with the dude. The dude's nice.
Exactly. And then while he was gone, that's some bullshit right there. That is some bullshit.
You want to read that one?
It's not even possible. How could you do something equal and expect it to be greater?
Yes, do something equal. Offer me more upgrades.
It literally says Jorman one-ups them.
Well, I need a weapon. I've been looking for a weapon.
I actually have something I could do for this. Did somebody actually offer for you to get a weapon?
They did, and you
was it a Xylemos specifically?
It was specifically, but then every time I bring it up to you, you end the call.
Oh yeah, I do it teasingly because their issue is that
I know you do. I know.
Just because Jorman hasn't had time to build it. Canonically, Jorman, as soon as cells stop using Jorman to build other things, Jorman can do that. But he's been using Jorman as like a task person. So as soon as Cell lets him go for a month,
well,
you will have
there
a
are
fortune favored
ruins that
weapon
we
made
could
for you.
find a weapon in.
Oh, I'll get to those ruins afterwards. So shortly after they leave, I mean, I don't know, a week or so after they leave, shortly before Varix won't return, there'll be another wagon that comes from the east.
Thank you, Joey.
Jorman himself cannot arrive because Jorman is always busy doing stuff, right? That's why you don't have a weapon yet.
Mm-hmm.
The wagon comes with one of Jorman's forge mates, I don't know what you call them, understudies, apprentices, and delivering. It's a small cart with some weapons and some armor to it. And Jorman arrives. Sorry, not Jorman, and the person arrives and meets with specifically the council, as opposed to last time, which was met with specifically Sauron. This one's gonna meet with the council. So you can roleplay as whoever you'd like, probably Urzog and or Sauron.
Yep.
Excuse me. I come from Clan Shadow, where the bird of flame burns bright in the night. I have no idea what his phrases are. Actually, what is this person called? I'll look at the name real quick. Oh shit! I literally closed the tab. I was gonna click on it, I hit the little X by accident. Hold on 1 second. The Forge Master wanted to deliver a gift to you. You can actually have Sauron go ahead and roll a sense motive. The Forge Master wanted to deliver a gift to Clan Densho. Something that he thought was a bit overdue. Clan Densho has been expanding its military a good bit, preparing for its fight to the south. Wow. Preparing for its fights to the south. And it's been expanding the number of commanders within its grasp. For these commanders that will command on the field with skill, might, and sheer force of personality, they need also to command off of the field, appropriately adorned in weapons and armor that show respect for their position within a vast and growing army. I bring gifts for each of your commanders. that they may shine day and night true to their responsibilities. And so I'm going to have to come up with some equipment for your commanders. How many commanders do you have now?
Nice. 6.
Cool. Which, by the way, caps you out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All of your commanders are going to get some stuff, but we're going to take it out of Cell's treasury. I'm thinking that to properly pay for it, we should spend maybe 2 BP out of Cell's treasury to properly cover the fortune's favor spent on your clan.
That guy has like 40 BP. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Punch yourself.
No, he won't care. He won't care. He's not here to make the decision. We'll make that a 3 BP. Salamo says, okay. How about 6? What do you say, 6? Just in 6. Oh, thanks, Raiders. Hey, Josh. Thanks for raiding. Josh, if you actually stick around for a minute, I have a question for you. Since you're actually here. I told you about this yesterday. We're talking about butts. Make it around 10. All right, 10 BP. I'm just looking at a couple suits of like masterworked armor. Now, jokes aside though, because it's just going to be some suits of masterworked armor. If you think about the actual cost of that, putting that aside for a second, 6 commanders, right? If you assume they each have 2 masterwork weapons and a masterwork suit of armor, so that's 600 for 2. That's 750. What's 750 times 6? 750 times 6. That's just assuming the master quality, not the rest of it. That's 4,500. Then you assume like other details, like if it's a long sword, it's plus another 15. Like it adds up pretty quickly. I would actually say 1 BP would be fine to charge for this stuff to be fully made and repaired for all of your commanders. But it's not just going to be like, ooh, masterwork weapons and armor and whatnot for the individual characters. It's also going to give them like a little bit of a boon as well, because that's the whole point of this. I just have to devise what that is, and we'll have it ready for you for next session, Jake. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Sounds good.
So yeah. You're gonna get that. Xylamos, you see what Xylamos said in chat right there?
Mm-hmm.
I already answered that question. And they're asking, should I re-answer the question, or should I make Xylamos go back and watch the VOD?
No, you should help Zalamos out.
Help Xylamos out? Okay. So Xylamos asked for Jorman to make Jaek a really nice weapon. A Fortune's Favor quality weapon. My answer is yes, he can. However, Cell has never given Jorman a hot minute to be able to work on it. It actually takes time to be able to make something like that. And Jorman is always busy on all these different tasks. So he just hasn't had time to finish and create that weapon for Jaek yet. So Jaek will get it, yes. Just, he needs time to be able to make it, because it doesn't really make sense in game. He wouldn't have been able to do it yet. So if Cell stops being greedy for like 35 seconds or so would be good. Josh, are you still in chat? Did you already bounce? All right, Jaek. You got 2 Fortune's Favors this session. 3 Winifred's Wisdoms. And more luck than your dice pool had room for. This was
very loved.
This was a disgustingly successful session. The only bad thing that happened to you was the great thing that happened to Cell.
Yeah, but you'll be giving that back. Won't you, Cell?
I mean, maybe. He might not.
You'll be giving it back.
All right. So moving on. Let's oh, what you call it? Because it looks as though Josh already bounced, so I can't ask him this question. So you had a critical success, I believe, no, or just a success with the.
It was just a success. It was one off a critical, unfortunately.
That's right, one off a critical with that.
Yeah,
that's right. Unfortunately, darling. Okay, so this had to do with the. I just want to find what it's called. The monolith, the obelisk that you discovered. So this obelisk that's there. After doing a considerable amount of research from Gartesh, I believe is the one. Yeah, right, Gartesh. Gartesh, in case you don't remember, she is somebody who focuses on what kind of magic?
necromancy, isn't she?
Yep. She's a necromancer. She's into necrophilia. So, in her studies about necromancy, one of the reasons why she studies necromancy is not because she likes undead, it's to help fight against undead. And actually, it seems as though whoever erected this monolith that eventually kind of crumbled and fell many years ago, actually designed something that was meant to repel undead. It was actually something that was meant to safeguard against undead, almost like it acts like a shield, like almost like a beacon, not a beacon. So I guess that's like a signal giver, but like a defensive post against undead. Maybe this was even one of the things that drew the original lines for why the undead of the Barrenlands didn't continue to grow further to the north. It's a neuron pylon. Need to construct additional pylons. Anyways, so you the only problem is it's so horribly shattered that it would take a considerable amount of money to be able to hire the right people to correctly build and put this back how it was supposed to be. You're not entirely sure how much it'll cost, but you know that it'll be a lot.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the actual number for you. That's what you discovered. One second. Anything you wanted to say? An obelisk.
No, that's really useful though, because if we restore it and then can start researching and understand it, we might be able to build our own at some point.
Why what is a colossus in buildings? I'm curious what Joey's even referring to. Isn't a colossus? Oh, I'm thinking Colosseum.
No, the Colossus is like a giant. I thought it was like a giant statue, or like monument type thing. It's in the
Like the Colossus of Rhodes. Which book is it in? Oh, hey. 12 months, about 5 BP each. It's a lighthouse, monument, or observer. Oh, okay, cool. That actually might be kind of what I was looking for. I was actually looking for something entirely different, but I couldn't find it. Here we go. +2 economy, +4 loyalty, +2 stability, +1 fame, -2 unrest when first built. +60 BP overall, takes up 4 lots. When your armies are in the same hex as the settlement with a Colossus, they gain +1 to morale. If they're inside the city, they gain +2 to bonus. The Colossus can share the same space as a lighthouse or an observatory, but not both. Towering edifice of stone. It's actually not what I was thinking, but I could count as a Colossus. It takes a year to rebuild and a lot of BP, because if it's 12 months and it's 5 BP a month, that's 60 BP, which is appropriate. Oh, that's what I was looking for right there. I think I was looking up the wrong name then. That's why. There it is. So I was actually originally looking up a caster's tower, which is a 1 lot 30 BP thing. But I actually agree with Joey that a Colossus is something that's more fun. I was looking at caster's tower. I was looking at wizard's tower is what I was calling it. But the generic
having the
term
ruins
is caster's tower.
Does that reduce the BP cost at all?
That is a fair question. I would say it does overall. Would it reduce construction time or reduce BP costs? Let me just think for a second. Or would it just same construction time but less BP per month? Give me 1 second. So let's look at this. So the way we always did it before is when you used ruins, we allowed it to cost half, right?
Yep.
So instead of taking off half, you'd only be taking off half of half. So you'd be taking off a quarter.
Yeah, a quarter.
So instead of 60, it would be, what's that, 45?
Yep.
So 45 divided by what, 12? So 45 divided by 9, maybe? I think is the best way. is 5 a month for 9 months. So instead of reducing the cost by how much a month, it reduced the cost by how many months it takes. So you would get it quicker. Yep. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of it taking just as long, but costing you a little bit less each month. Chat, what do you think? Faster?
It makes sense for ruins to be faster because you're already building on something.
Yeah, you kind of
the foundation's kind of there.
Yeah, you're just re-erecting it and like mortaring it back together. But I feel like that's also a feat of engineering. It's not just to build something, but to repair something. Because like sometimes building a house is like building a new house is easier than repairing an old house, right? Yeah. See, rediscover how to build it. Yeah. See, Joey and I are on the same mindset. So it's almost like what we should do is so it should be maybe 3 instead of 5 BP a month for 12 months. Was that 4 BP a month to equal 45 would be about 12 months, right? Because 4 times 12 equals 48. So yeah, I'm fine with that. It saves you overall.
Now, I don't have to directly start building it now because otherwise I won't have the BP for it next thing. Like I just don't have the BP for it.
You do not have to start it now. The longer you wait, I can
start it when I'm ready.
The longer you wait, obviously, the longer it takes for it to kick in. But you can start it.
Well, it'll just have to be 1 month because the granary's 6 and it comes out again next month, and then I'll just have to have 9 BP come out. And not really build anything for a while.
Well, because yeah, you're sitting at what's that? Because your consumption didn't go up, even though you lost a farm to traders. So your expense is only a 13. I said in 4 a month, you actually could afford that. It just you're really risking things. But you could start it now if you want to.
I could. So the castle's got 7 months left.
Yeah. That's the big thing. Is like it looks like you're struggling, but honestly, you have some of the best infrastructure projects already started. You have some of the biggest infrastructure projects started. It's just
and it's better to start them early. You kind of, you know what I mean. To see if a castle takes 12 months, like if I'm gonna if I haven't even or like I'm halfway through my castle more or less.
You just can't get a leg underneath you monetarily is the issue.
Yeah.
So.
That's all right, because when Vex gets back, I think I'm switching the modifier he provides to economy and loyalty.
Hey, yeah, we said that you could do that, once every year or whatever it is?
I don't know. I thought you said you could do it, so if it's once a year, it's once a year. I'll see what the modifiers are when he comes back.
Is that Sinatra Girl Baby? Is SG Baby the child of Sinatra Girl and Josh? Is that what it is? Sinatra Girl on Funny One had an SG Baby? Because I mean, we all know what Josh looks like. He looks like a baby face. You know, so yeah. Anyways, hello, how are you? So you ready, sir? You good? How was that?
Yep.
That went okay.
That went a lot better than it could have. A lot better. And the only reason it went so well was the amount of support I received. So once again, thank you very much. I needed it because I just met the DCs on like 3. So it was good. Thank you.
Disgusting. All right, Josh, I need your opinion since you're back in chat. Cool. So this is what I was talking to you about yesterday when we were out apple picking. Which by the way was hilarious. Josh picked almost no apples. For 2 reasons. One, he had a framed backpack with his younger child in it because his wife was like, "You are the pack mule. Carry the bag of apples and the child and everything else." And he was like, "But I don't." Okay, I got it. And then on top of that, he also had that fucking apples. I don't care. Like he definitely had that like I'm gonna go pick some apples. I'm gonna climb some trees. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna get some apples. This is awesome. Josh is like, "They're apples." You know, this is so funny. So here's Josh. You already know about these chairs. They're really big, like really, really, really big chairs. Really big chairs for your really big booty. I'll give you an example. See, look. Look at how much room there is next to the booty. Look how much room there is next to the booty. Look at that. Room over there. Room over there. Cool. All right. These are the new ones. They're height-wise Josh-sized, but width-wise Rena-sized. So even just looking at them next to each other, right? Like much shorter. So the back support's not anywhere near as good, right? But then here's the important part. Here's the booty part. So you can't see any chair because you can see my ass, which is smaller than your ass, is already overhanging. Look at that. Look how much booty is overhanging. So the question is, do I switch to the new aesthetic chairs? Put around the D&D table for playing live games on the rare occasions that we actually get to play live. In which case, you're going to be forced to sit in that chair for an extended period of time because we all know where I'm sitting. So, you'll bring your high chair. I just wanted to know what your opinion is. We're getting rid of grandma's chairs anyways. Do we do we got them because they're so inexpensive. Not IKEA, but on a ridiculous sale, so they really were not expensive at all. We got 4 of them, and I'm like, I don't even know if 4 is enough. She's like, shut up. I'm like, but 4 is really not. She goes, what's your favorite number of PCs? I was like, 3. She's like, are you gonna sit in one of those chairs? I was like, oh, probably not. I've got a computer chair. So you have an extra chair. I was like, well, what if we do a family thing and then it's more than that? Then you have other chairs over there. I was like, yeah, but like, then you can't be at the table with everybody else. She's like, there are some people you don't want at the table with you. Like, anyways, the chair is wood at the seat. It's metal up here, Josh. But wood right here. So, anyways, I wanted your opinion on this matter. I wanted to hear what you had to say. Jake, did you want to weigh in? I mean, Jake, so you know, you don't have to sit in this, Jake. You can sit here.
Yeah, you don't want me at that table? Oh, you get it.
No, I'll sit with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll have scotch.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, the other people can sit over here. Like you could have like the Mathises and the Joshes, and the other.
So that's that's the chair that makes you look small, right? Well, that answers it. Wonder if he just falls asleep there like he did for Red just now.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's funny. I don't even know what Viking's talking about. All right. Anyways, so yes, those are those chairs. Why are you afraid your feet won't touch the ground?
They do look. I mean, I'm only a little bit taller than Josh, so you know.
So you don't represent the Lollipop Guild? Okay, right on.
I'm not a card-carrying member, all right?
Oh, gotcha. So, anyways, was there anything else we needed to do for Clan Densho? I mean, Cell wasn't here earlier, so he couldn't make that very important role. Let's show Cell the map.
Yeah, Cell, we've got issues, mate, because you're look where your land extends to now, buddy.
He might not notice the difference. There's nothing wrong here.
So, yep.
There's nothing wrong here at all.
A hard conversation when you get back, buddy.
Let's see. I forgot. We have to add planes to him. And I have to add a farm to him. There we go. Oh, look at him. His clan just keeps growing. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All good. Don't worry about it. So there was an event that transpired, and you critically succeeded. And I won't tell you who wrote the event. All I'm going to say is that if people in chat give you answers, don't believe them. They're probably lying. Yep. So, Jake, was there anything else we had to do for your kingdom?
I don't believe so. I think we're all good, and I don't have anything going on in the north, like any meetings with advisors, fathers, or anything. So I think we're good.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. That sounds fine.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just end a little early, go to bed a little early. I actually woke up obnoxiously early today and got to like hang out with my daughter before she got ready for school and left for school and whatnot, which was nice. I actually got to like, what's up, kiddo? You know what I mean? I was a zombie, but I was awake. I might actually be able to do that again.
Yeah. That's always nice.
Yeah. Cool. Next week, we bring the whole crew back together. The boys are back in town, if you will. And then, oh, hello. So next week we have the boys are back in town. Everybody's here. We actually have the full party, which is nice instead of the solo sessions. As much as I enjoy the solo sessions, and we can finally kind of like see where things pick up. Cell has now 2 events immediately waiting for him when he returns. One of them is a personal event, and one of them is an event that very deeply involves Clan Densho and what transpired. So that's good news.
Yes.
So we'll have to chat about some information that you asked for before next session, and Jake will have to go over what equipment your what are they called? Commanders get between now and then, because an FF isn't just like, oh, they get, you know, mastering armor and weapons and shields and stuff, because it's very rare that they actually individually are in combat. I think it might count as like a +1 to their professional soldier skill or whatever it might be as well, or +2 or something like that.
Yeah, that would be good, because I've already got all the commanders have masterwork weapons and armor, because it's cheap for somebody running a kingdom. So yeah, something to like a +1 to a professional soldier check is actually really clutch.
Yeah. So in short, somebody did an FF to make Throne bring a huge gift to Densho, and pissed off that that happened. Somebody else dropped an FF that literally said Jorman one-ups them. Yep. Anyways, is SG asking how old I am? Well, you're not allowed to ask anybody in chat that, because that's against TOS. Nobody in chat is allowed to answer that question. So nobody answer that question. Even coyly, because that would be foolish. All you could do is say things like older, younger. I think even me saying that to say that might even get us in trouble. So avoid all that garbage. But I literally, what day is it? Monday? So what, 4 days ago? Turned 36. So I just turned 36. All right. But Jake, how old are you? 43? How old again?
I'm younger than you, buddy. I'm 30, mate.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep, I'm 30.
Okay. So anyways, Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. EST. That is going to be the next session. There is a slim chance that session gets canceled. A slim chance. That's because Brittany might need me for something prior to going to work that day. So there is a chance that happens. So just giving it a heads up about that one. Okay. All right, cool. I kind of want to play Baldur's Gate, but I should go to bed, shouldn't I?
So that's a hard one. Feel like you're wanting people to tell you to go to bed, so you can be like, all right, I'll go to bed.
All right, yeah, I gotta go to bed. I have to because I want to see my daughter in the morning. I actually
Yeah.
want to spend time with her before I have to go to work all day.
Johnny's like, no, play Baldur's Gate.
She was like, "You promised me, but you were late today. You owe me." All right. So I'm gonna go get some sleep so I can see Rory before I work tomorrow. All right. Anyways, thank you guys very much. Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. 7 a.m. EST. Slim chance it gets canceled. It might though, so heads up. And then 9 p.m. EST on Twitch.tv/Lost Initiative. Let's find somebody to raid. Who are we raiding? Ooh, let's go to Geef. Geef is playing Diablo 2 Resurrected. These games look amazing. I love the. Did you play the original Diablo games, Jake?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, I won't lie. I'm
Yeah.
like after I'm done with Baldur's Gate and whatnot, I might go play the Diablo game. I fucking love those games.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish the Wrath of the Righteous, the Pathfinder one, and then I'm gonna play Diablo too.
Yeah, one day I'll get to Wrath of the Righteous, but I just time.